calm down. We're live, okay?
We're
The
live.
button has been
What up,
pressed.
tribe?
It's time to activate. Okay.
Holy
Alright.
Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
That's what we take it.
Activate.
All right.
Oh, man.
Yo,
All right,
tribe,
we're live. Reloaded.
welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. And if it's not, then hopefully you'll be after today. Sophisticatedly Ratchet. Welcome, tribe. Welcome, gang. What's going on, y'all?
Yo.
What up?
Hey.
Peace.
You on mute, my nigga.
Flash, you on mute, my guy.
Can't hear you, Flash.
He was talking all that
Looking
shit,
like
too.
the Joker just now before you cut off, bro. So that smile, so that devilish grin.
How beautiful is that when our moderator?
Goes mute like
Yo,
when he goes
my
David
fault.
Blaine in the
It's
motherfucker.
okay. It's okay. Oh,
Well,
and
we
then
got-
two
we
of
got-
him pop up.
What? There's
Mhm.
two
My
Flash?
fault. Yo, I don't know what happened. I felt like David Blaine. I apologize.
Hey.
But yes, I was just where did I leave off? We're trying to align our energies,
Right.
okay? And our powers and our chakras, because this is what we do, every episode. All right. And so TJ, can you please tell us about our lovely bowl today?
Sure. So this singing bowl that I'm going to ring for you guys is the red chakra. It's represented of the root chakra. It governs, it's located at the base of your spine, and it's about self-awareness. So it's what was I going to say? When it's out of balance, you'll feel insecure, unsafe, or disconnected. So if you feel any of those feelings, we're going to go ahead and tap it, and then I'll sing it, and we can go ahead and clear that chakra for you guys. All done.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That felt good.
shit clear.
Okay.
Good, as it should.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we're all powered up, okay. we want to pretty much bring you a really dope episode. So we've been bringing you content for a little over a year now, and it's about the end of the year, so we get around to our holiday and our Christmases and New Year's and whatnot. So we're kind of just bringing you a cool wrap up episode that's about the end of the year and the holidays. Okay. All right. So to start this episode off, number one, first thing I'm gonna do actually is I guess I'm supposed to deem who's supposed to be like naughty or nice this episode. Like I guess I've been given like the moderator powers to tell who's been naughty or nice and shit.
Why can't we
Okay.
say whether we've been naughty or nice though? But
Because you're not
whatever.
the moderator. Because you're not the moderator.
TJ, this is
You
my
wanna tell
power,
us?
Ice Queen. This
You
is
wanna
my
tell us?
power. My life, my power. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to bless everybody with your energy for today. All right. So Boogie, you're to be naughty today. Okay. Boogie,
Of course.
full out
For
naughty.
the whole year, he gets cold.
It's just what we
No,
do.
wait, hold on. Does this work differently? I'm not getting no cold.
Wait,
No,
is this
yeah, let me
his
chill, let me
character
chill.
for the entire episode, bro?
Yes. Naughty.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
TJ, fuck. Shit. You need to be. Oh fuck! Wait, I'm supposed to be introducing everybody, right?
That's what I said.
It's
kind of the same
thing.
thing.
Yeah. All right.
you kinda was.
So
Yeah,
my
go ahead,
fault.
you
But
introduce us.
so yeah, Boogie, you're gonna be naughty for today. TJ, duality queen or whatnot. You're going to be nice today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be nice today.
Thank you.
Mo, my queen, my Bronx, Bronx native. Okay.
It's good.
All right.
Zone
I-
7,
Yeah.
Zone 3.
All right,
I'm
don't
naughty.
zone her shit.
Don't zone my shit,
I
section
need you.
5.
You gonna be naughty today, okay?
Yay.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Shake,
Let him be nice.
the Wanderer, my asshole of a friend. You get to be nice today.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love being nice,
Yeah.
bro.
yeah.
All right, we'll
You
see.
suck at it, bro.
Right. Piece of shit. Mash, you get to be naughty today, okay?
Nice.
And I
Nice.
will. I'm gonna be naughty today, actually. So I'm cool.
Got a
with
lot of naughties in this room. It's gonna
that.
be
got a lot of naughties. Got a lot of naughties.
Got a
today.
lot
we
of
have
naughties.
we
Who
have a
else
couple
is
nice
nice with me? Who else supposed to be nice with me?
TJ.
You and the Ice Queen.
You want to be
TJ
nice
was just
already.
being naughty a
Okay,
little
TJ?
earlier, but it's all right.
Exactly. She just freaking came at me and said, "You need to be nice."
I take it back. I take it back. I'm sorry.
There you go. Be nice today, Ice Queen.
Right.
So this is throughout the episode. I'm being naughty. I'm just trying to.
All right, so we
that's the
introduced.
energy. That's the
So
energy.
Flash? Are we introduced now, bro? Are we introduced already?
Yeah, we good to go.
Yes.
All right, Flash the moderator. In case y'all don't know, the philosopher. All right, and I am going to introduce the word of the day. Thank you for introducing me. Introduce myself for the word of the day.
You was impatient, motherfucker.
You ain't being nice.
Yeah, say something. You got to be nice to me today.
Oh, you right.
Yeah, she said you're
right.
naughty, not blind.
Flash.
He warming up. He warming up. He warming up.
Your beard looks so nice today, bro.
Yep.
Your
Thank
so
you.
nice.
I'm gonna grind your gears all episode, bro. Come on.
I'm sorry, Mo. Which category are you in? You also naughty and nice too?
I'm naughty.
Okay. Can't wait for you to pop off, Mo. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Don't get me mad. You know what happens when I get mad?
She's a
The
bull
whole-
in China shop.
So the word of
to
the
rock
day,
around.
ladies
Well,
and
go ahead.
gentlemen, is conviviality. Okay, it's a little hard word, conviviality. I found this word specifically because we are doing a festive episode, and conviviality means the quality of being friendly and lively. It's friendliness. Very easy word to use in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, especially since I'm nice and I'll be I'll be using my convivial behavior all day, right? So
Convivial
I
behavior.
like the way you jumped over the fact where you tried to spell that shit. I like the way you skipped over that.
conviviality.
Conviviality.
All right, so we'll say something like, I love Thanksgiving because of the conviviality of in friendship. It doesn't have to
spell
be.
it though.
What grown adult would ever say it's like that?
Conviviality is a noun, by the way. Okay, so you're not using it to describe something. It's not a convivial evening. I'm sorry. Conviviality is a noun. All right.
So you're not gonna spell it for me.
What was the clarification you guys wanted me to? What is the clarification you guys needed?
I just wanted you to spell it.
Yeah, spell it.
Oh, spell it. Oh,
Without looking.
Come on, Akila.
CONVIVIAL. Did I spell it right?
Yes, you did. Good job.
Convivial.
There's no why.
I didn't do the XE. I didn't do
Conviviality was the word, right? There's no why in any of that shit that nigga just said. Y'all gave him a pass on that.
I said convivial.
Well,
I said convivial. I didn't do conviviality. My fault. But
Conviviality is a Y in there.
Convivial is also
convivial is an adjective, correct?
Of the word, yes, an adjective. Cool. So you can say the evening is convivial. So conviviality and convivial, we can use both of the words. All right, because it's the same word, convivial and conviviality. Okay,
and you gave the synonyms, right? Same as hospitable, neighborly, friendly, amicable, all that shit.
Absolutely. Okay. There you
convivial.
go.
Okay. Well, this is Hoodie Mash out here today, and I ain't being convivial. Okay, my man told me be naughty. I'm be naughty all day.
He gets a point.
Oh, that's how you play.
He gets a point.
Okay.
Get that point.
Okay.
Get that point.
Fucking right. Give me my points. Let's do it. Thank you, TJ.
I don't know if I like Mash.
It's Hoodie Mash.
Naughty Mash.
Yeah,
naughty Mash. Naughty Mash. So, with the hood on.
That's stupid. All right, so to bring in the episode, right? We're gonna start off with the burner questions, and y'all know I like my burner questions. But for those of you who don't know how to play burner questions, it's a game that we play on this podcast. Okay, you get to answer a question one of three ways. You can do yes, no, or you can answer with sophisticatedly ratchet if you got a lot more to say that kind of, makes your answer a little bit more spicy or whatnot. All right, so we're gonna start with this burner question, and the burner question I got for the tribe, okay, for my co-host, for my convivial co-host.
I ain't convivial, bro.
Whatever.
You get a point.
Did you?
Nah, that's not a sentence.
Whatever. All right. Did you ever believe in Santa?
Hoodie Mash, nah.
Damn it. Really, Mom?
So
you said, did I ever believe in?
Yeah.
Did you ever believe in Santa?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you believe in magic?
All right. So I got yes from Mo, Myself, Shake, what you got?
Hold up. I'm gonna write it right now. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I got a non-nope from TJ and the Spew God, and also Boogie with a non-nope, and I got a sophisticatedly ratchet from my boy Shake.
Hoodie mash, bro.
Hey,
All right, Hoodie Mash. Why do you say non-nope?
Nah, cause Santa he never come where I live. Santa ain't never pull up. He was out here skipping my crib because we ain't had no chimney. We ain't even have no fireplace.
Word.
We
He
got
said
to
had
pop
no
down.
chimney,
You
no
know what I mean? There
fireplace,
was no place
dog.
for Santa to pop up. You know what I mean? And we was gonna park his reindeer. There was no place for none of that.
And let's be real. Let's talk some real facts. His fat ass ain't fitting down no chimney. Even
Damn
as kids,
sure
we
ain't.
knew that shit. His big ass
They
ain't
just say
fitting down
he
that
was-
shit.
It was like he snort coke and then he shrink or something like that, and he like turn into magical dust and go down your
Ain't
chimney.
no kid foolish enough to
Nah.
believe that shit. Like, all right.
Well, then I
Nah.
guess I was
Cool, Mom.
foolish. So speak for
Nah.
yourself.
You know, I bang with the
Oh,
Grinch though.
Hell, I'm
I
naughty.
bang with the Grinch. The Grinch
Well,
wanted to get
coming
rid of
with it.
Yeah,
Whoville.
I'm naughty today. Remember.
From Whoville? The Grinch from
Right.
Whoville?
Yeah.
Let me jump in
yo.
here, Flash.
Go ahead, Mo.
Getting naughty, Mo. First of all, I don't want to speak for everybody, but as children, it's a lot of children who in their younger days did believe in Santa Claus. And I want us to be real
Absolutely.
about that. I want us to be for real about that shit. Like we could sit here now as adults and say we know Santa Claus is fake, but as kids, absolutely, I did. I believed in Santa Claus. I left cookies when I got up in the morning. The shit was gone along with the milk.
Did you have a chimney, Mo?
I lived in a building, so there was a chimney in the building. Yeah, I mean, you just on top of the roof. I'm assuming that was
You
where
just believe in magic.
the
my
roof
nigga.
is.
Nah,
But
nah,
I did.
Like keep it 100 with you in terms of that setting though, where the cookies is finished. Like the parents is putting in work in terms of creating that delusion.
Right.
So I
So
can't
as
hate
a
on
child-
that. That
right, so
as a
as a
child, you gotta
child, when I'm
appreciate that. My
putting down
parents did not do any of that shit.
And I literally, and the reason why I believed it too, and I didn't wake, and I find it miraculous that I never woke up, but I would like sleep in the living room on the floor. The tree was across from me. I would put cookies there in the milk. I would get up crack of dawn. It's not like I was getting up at like
That's so
10 o'clock.
sweet.
And when I got
Shout
up,
out
the
to
shit
your
wasn't
parents.
there. It was gone.
so
So
sweet.
I
It's
absolutely, as a child, did believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Things that I asked for, it was under the tree. You understand what I'm saying? So as I got older, of course, I appreciate my mom and my stepfather at that time because obviously I know they was the ones to get it. But as a child, I did because of the things that happened. Like I said, I left the milk, I left the cookie, and it was gone when I got up, and I was getting up at like 6 in the morning.
Shout out to your parents, Mo, for holding you down like that
Because you're
as a
just
kid.
anxious
Wait,
as
Mo.
a child to get up.
Mo,
Yeah.
Mo, when was your dream crushed? Like
Um,
what happened?
It
Damn,
wasn't
why
that
you gotta
I-
put it like that though? That's not they
Right.
shape.
That's a
When
good
did you
question,
find
though.
out?
Yeah,
When
it
did you
wasn't
find
that-
out your parents
it's a
were
good-
liars?
But I didn't look at them. I didn't look at them as a liar. I feel like as I got older, maybe like in my teens or junior high school, you realize, oh, okay, Santa Claus is not real, but you understood why your parents did it because that's what
Got you. Of
that's
course.
how it was played. Like that's what
Of course.
that's what was believed at the time. But I never felt crushed when I found out. I just you just grow up and you realize, oh,
You realize,
my
yes,
mom.
sir.
You
yeah,
appreciate like
my
why
mom
they
and
did it and all that jazz. I feel like that
Yeah,
sinks in
they
as well.
did-
That's
me
that's
Must have
because
real.
been
at
a
the
heavy
time-
ass sleeper. You sleeping
at-
underneath the tree. And
I ain't going front, yeah.
I'm not a heavy
When
sleeper.
they was
that's the
drugging
thing.
you the night before, they like, put that
I
ass
don't
in
know.
drug. Give us
Nyquil
NyQuil.
in that
Put some
milk.
Benadryl
Get
in
you
that,
sleep.
that hot
Yeah.
chocolate.
They had
Yo.
you
I don't
knocked
know.
the
We gotta
fuck out.
drag these. We gotta
I don't
drag
know,
these
but
gifts
I
out the
was-
goddamn car. We gotta
She
put
ain't
this under
gonna
the
leave,
tree.
so-
She under
Yeah,
the tree.
I wasn't underneath the tree, but I said I slept across from it. The tree was then I was sleeping in the living room on the floor.
Now, you know what they did?
Yeah, you
They
believe
wanted
it.
to go to sleep.
Yeah, but I don't
Yo,
feel like
you
I
was
feel-
that kid that like the parents could
feel like
not get to go to their room before Christmas. Like, yo, I just gotta hit this kid want to sleep downstairs. Fuck it, let's put him to sleep over here.
Right.
Like that, they had to work around you to get your ass to sit still and some shit. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
they waited for her.
But
to
I
go
don't feel like
sleep.
I was
They-
crushed. I can honestly, I wasn't like, oh my God, like devastated or I cried or anything like that. It's just like a reality. You realize, oh, okay, I understood why you did it
Absolutely.
because of me,
Absolutely.
because I believed in it, and you probably didn't want to crush my spirits as a kid, but
Right.
I
Right.
eventually grew out of it. Yeah.
Yo, Boogie,
Facts.
why'd you say no? Why you a non-believer?
Oh, my parents made damn sure to make sure that like if I believed in Santa, my parents nipped that in the bud immediately. Like I can't remember even me coming with that energy, but I feel like I'd known from a kid, like, yeah, this came from my mom. This ain't come from no Santa. Like, cause I like as a kid, I was, I feel like my parents were the type where like my mom's like, yo, I got rent to pay. This ain't cheap, that kind of thing for anything I wanted. So anything that came via Christmas, I knew it came from her, not really from Santa, just because of the way we kind of grew up and shit.
No.
Yeah, that shit was nipped in the bud from an early age. Never believed in that guy. He never gave me all my gifts anyway. Anyway.
Facts. Yo, I mean, but you know what the explanation is. You were bad. That's why you didn't get everything that you wanted.
He
You know
was
what I'm saying?
naughty.
You were
Yeah,
naughty,
you know what?
bro.
That
And
fucked
that's
me
Yeah,
what
it's
up,
happened.
accurate, but still,
because
I'm a kid.
I
Fuck
would
that.
try so hard to be good, and I would never get what I wanted for Christmas.
I feel like that's wild. Like I try to have some
Yo,
good
this-
years as a
That's
kid, and it's
messed
like I
up,
got bad
man.
presents. So I was like, fuck it.
yo,
So
there
Santa
was
out
a,
here
there was a
crafting souls at the cold
Aw.
hearts.
yo,
So I'm out here doing
yo,
really
there was an
bad,
episode.
sad story.
There was an episode of Boondocks where the nigga Riley was chasing Santa Claus and he kept yelling, "Pay me what you owe." So he would run up on all the mall Santa Clauses and start busting off on them with a BB gun, and they niggas was running. It was a lot. It was a great episode. But
Your
me
shake. Why'd you say I saw
I
Sophisticated
said
Ratchet?
Sophisticatedly Ratchet because I wanted to believe in Santa Claus so bad when I was a kid. But I just couldn't bring myself to. Like I had too many questions as a kid. I was a kid with questions, and it never freaking added up for me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever really said it to me that Santa Claus is real. But you know what I'm saying? I remember writing him letters and shit, and he didn't get nothing that I put in the fucking letter. Like everything that I got was totally different, and you know. This is probably the beginning of me having questions of why Santa doesn't give a fuck when I'm telling him what I want.
Yeah, is
Santa,
is Santa getting email now?
Yo,
Yeah, I think he upgraded.
Possibly text messages
Bro,
now.
actually,
Now he's on that NFT, bro. You got to copy and
Actually,
paste some shit.
I
He's
Part
in
of
the
it.
No,
meta.
but that ass, are
Yeah, it's
kids
definitely
like
in the
texting
meta.
Santa, or like do they still?
so kids
in the
are
mail?
still writing Santa, right?
No, they still
So
writing him, I think.
at the
He's
post
still
office, we
wow.
actually take the Santa letters, and you know there's a central location you could send them to, and then you know people go there and they get letters, and then people actually try to answer the wish of the child who's asking for the gift.
Really?
That's actually not bad though.
Really?
You
Wow.
can even
Nice.
do it at your station. You can open up the Dear Santa letters and give it to people in the station. So there's a whole post office initiative in order to make
nice.
kids.
I wish I'd have known about that as a kid.
But yeah, you should have definitely put your letter in the lottery, bro.
Shit.
You out there like fuck Santa Claus, and guess what? There was some real Santas out here.
We're giving out gifts.
Not for me, not in the hood.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. Nobody I know ever heard of that.
Nah,
That's
that's
crazy.
fire.
That's
That's
why
fire.
it's Sophisticated Ratchet. Yeah, it's
That's
actually
right.
pretty
Fuck
cool,
that,
right?
a booty match. Nah.
I'm trying to be nice.
Your TJ, you said yes, right?
I'm actually shocked. I didn't know my best friend
Booty
believed
man.
in Santa at a young age.
Oh wait, you said no.
Yeah, I said no. I didn't
Okay.
believe in Santa. My mom really never pushed it. Like people would say, "Oh, cookies for Santa." No, my mother never pushed that. I went to a Catholic school, so it was really about Jesus's birth. My family is Baptist, so
There
it
you
was
go.
really about Christianity. It's like Jesus' birth. We give gifts. It's family time. It really wasn't about Santa, but I did encourage it to like my nieces and nephews. We created a tradition, and every Christmas they would come see us, and we would like dress up in the Santa costume and put things under the tree. So if they did wake up and see Santa, they're like, "Oh my God, Santa's here. Let me go back to sleep." We baked cookies for Santa, and we would leave it on the table. And some of the cookies we'd have them write a note to Santa, and Santa would write a note back and say thank you for the cookies, and we'll put some of like the cotton on the milk glass to show that his beard was on the glass, and we bit the cookies so that they would we did all of those things to help them think of Santa just for tradition. But it was really never encouraged in my household or spoke about in my household. I mean, I think I heard about it at school, but I never really believed it because I think I lived in an apartment. Like, where's the reindeers coming and stuff like that.
Yo, no lie,
Should you
TJ,
not-
you hit the nail on the coffin in terms of like I didn't even think about how religion kind of plays a part about Christmas because that like people really
Big
do
facts.
associate
Big
Jesus
facts.
Christ's
Big
birthday with that. Like we're not talking about Santa when we talk about Jesus Christ. So I never actually correlated the two, but that's probably the reason why I never thought much about Santa as a kid.
Yo,
didn't go to church much then.
TJ, you make regular mash pop out for a second because that's really
Okay, come through.
I really
I missed the
appreciate
drip
that what
drip.
you did. I mean, that was
Nah,
crazy,
put the
though,
hoodie
'cause
back on, bro. Fuck
No,
outta there.
dead ass. I never thought about it that way, and you really put some shit in alignment with me as to why I don't fuck with Santa. It's because I was raised Baptist as well, and Christmas was about Christ. It wasn't about Santa
It
ever.
was.
It wasn't like that a focal point of Christmas for me as a kid. So that's why I wasn't able to adapt.
I'd
to
even
the
go as far as
concept
say that
of
they weren't
Santa.
I
even
was
welcome
raised
like
Baptist
that.
as well, and I still,
Thanks.
so
Like I don't even think they like. I don't even think it mixed. I think as a kid, in terms of talking about like Christmas gifts and Santa, I wouldn't say it wasn't welcome at church, but it was an energy that was like they didn't give out Santa vibes in church, if that made sense. It was really about
Yeah,
Christ. It had no
yeah.
time for no other kind of figures. So I'm just trying to say that I don't think the two mixed as a
Yeah.
kid. You had to choose one or the other.
But
Nah, you did
some
that. Thank you,
churches
TJ. Thank you so much, yo.
not
Yeah, good shit, TJ.
Anytime.
not all
King.
churches would
I'm
bash
back, though.
Santa Claus, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't be like, yo, this day is not to celebrate no fat white man. This is to celebrate Jesus Christ.
I'm glad as a kid I never heard some shit like that. That'd be crazy.
But some preachers do shit like that. Some
They
preachers-
do.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
did that
You
at
know
my
what I'm saying?
church. They did
You
it at
know
my
what I mean?
church. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a little messed up to do to kids. I'd be like, chill on that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
keep
Well, they
your
did it in the
message.
service, and sometimes you'll
Yeah.
go to Sunday school, and then you sit with your parent in service because your parent comes to service. You know,
Mhm.
so
Right.
you'll sit, and they'll say it's not about that, and whatever. And I
Mhm.
mean, you just
As a
kind
kid,
of
you
like
ain't
sit
trying to
there and
hear
you
that.
close your eyes or whatever, or you know, if you believe.
Yeah.
I mean, but we talked about nativity and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like
Absolutely.
the new kids are definitely smartening up. I seen some shit the other day where like a kid went to Alexa and the kid was like, "Can reindeers fly?" And Alexa was like, "No." And the kid was so fucking shocked. And all you see is the father turn around like, "What the fuck? Like, Alexa, why would you say that?" So the nigga unplugged the Alexa and shit. But I'm sitting here like, yo, the answers are really out here. It's not that,
It's facts.
but these kids are smartening up pretty much. And
They got
I
iPhones
used
at a
to-
young age, bro. It's just the education is out
Right.
there. Like,
but I know, like me personally, I think I did believe it at a younger age in my life. I was one of them, kids that was leaving the cookies and the milk out. And I couldn't fucking sleep Christmas nights because I was like, oh my, I felt like I was freaked out, like the presents are coming. Like,
Yes, Flash, that's how I
I
felt.
felt like that too, but it wasn't for Santa. Yeah.
But it's and the wild part is that we always had to wait till the morning though. And but yeah, my mom did break it at an early age for me though, that like these presents ain't coming from Santa. But ironically, she broke it the year that I wasn't getting any presents either. So I was
Why didn't you?
I'd imagine so.
Wait, why didn't you get any presents? Your mother was strict. Remember the Mazola
I
oil
just
bottle?
don't think.
You
I
know,
just
I
number
don't
one,
get
my
that.
mom was never the person to ever raise us to be like materialistic in terms of like how we value things or like valuing
Okay.
like items as representations of feeling like you gain power or whatever from that. So that was like an early thing for me to understand, like you can't tie your hopes to things all the time. So yeah, and I feel like she broke it to me early. It wasn't something that crushed me, but it was something that just made me understand like you gotta work for a lot of the shit that you fucking want. And so I just had
Absolutely.
to respect and understand that.
That's how I found it.
But yeah, like I said, that's kind of what ruined Santa for
Right.
me or whatnot. All right, but moving on. All right. Still kind of keeping it on Christmas. So I want to go and kind of take a drive down memory lane, and I want to ask y'all, what are some memorable or favorite Christmas songs or movies that actually like, you enjoy around the holidays or whatever?
Yeah, you don't even be naughty, bro, because I really can't be naughty and have this conversation. This is really fun.
I mean, you can flip in and out if you have to.
All right, cool.
Yeah, if you feel
All
like
right, so
being
my
convivial, then you can. But if not,
oh, you so good. All right, so my
Come on
favorite
now, bro.
favorite Christmas album is the Charlie Brown Christmas Story. It's a jazz rendition of the Charlie Brown themes and songs. It's so fucking good. I listen to it every Christmas because it is the embodiment of like Christmas cheer when I think of what Christmas sounds like. It's the Charlie Brown Christmas jazz shit. I'm gonna put it in the show notes so y'all can be able to listen to it. It's fire. Let me get the name.
I guess I do on my naughty side on this. I don't have any sort of appreciation for Christmas songs in any form of fashion. Like I hear them, I'm not really moved by them. Like not saying I don't have no Christmas spirit or nothing like that, but Christmas songs do nothing for me. Like I never want to sing them. I'm not too pleased to hear them. I could be all right without them.
Oh, I don't feel that way. I feel like, maybe I'm really feeling nice today. I really enjoy hearing the Christmas music. This year, I'm just not in the Christmas spirit, but it makes me feel good. I love, decorating the house and stuff like that, and being festive. It's just this year, it's just not there for me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I do appreciate decorating, but I would put some different music on. Like if I was decorating with Christmas music on, I feel like, ugh. You know what I mean? But I do like when you put the Christmas tree up and the lights around, and that shit do look like kind of lit and all that. It's fly.
And when it's
Yeah,
cold
so-
and you get that fresh snow here in New York, it's like, oh, this is Christmas.
At
It's
that
like been
perfect
nice
time of night too,
outside.
where everything lit
Right.
perfectly and
To
shit.
me, it's not hitting that. But
I don't-
Man.
No, I was gonna say I don't really think I have. I like Christmas song, but I can't say I have a favorite album. I know Mariah Carey, like she has a Christmas album, so I listen to that. That's dope. Some of my favorite movies is This Christmas. I think that's the one with Chris
Yes,
Brown.
that's a good one.
That's my
Mhm.
joint. Home Alone. I don't care nobody say.
I
that.
love
Home
that
Alone
movie.
is
The Elf.
That's still
I
that
forgot
still
about
goes
that.
off for me.
Elf for
Home
sure.
Alone's a
Elf
classic.
is
Yeah,
top
That Elf
five.
movie is
Home Alone
hilarious.
still goes on for me. And I'm
Home
much
Which one's your
Alone.
favorite, Mo? 1 or 2?
One.
One over two?
One is classic. Yeah, one is
The
classic.
original.
The original.
Yeah.
One is classic. I like
Yeah,
two.
one is a classic, but
one
then
is-
Nah,
two
he
went
came to New
hard.
York,
Two went
bro. You
hard,
can't-
Two, he
Mo.
came to
When
New
he
York.
came
I
to New
love.
went
York,
hard.
I
I
like
was
one and
like,
two.
They put Little Man in New York, gave that man a whole building. Like, yo, get ready to
Yeah.
find a way to
Yo.
maneuver around these motherfuckers.
two,
It's
I like
lit.
both of it, on both Home Alone. That's why I
Yo,
said I like, and
when-
I
when
watched both
Kevin-
of them back to back when they came on. But I like that, and I don't know, like I said, I like Christmas, but I honestly could say since I've been on my own, lived on my own, I've never gotten a Christmas tree. I've never decorated in my house ever. But I'm
Shit.
still, even I just never did it. I'm
Got you.
I feel like I had that phase for a
Just
few
feel a reason
years
to. I
myself.
feel
Yeah.
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 Yeah, sometimes
so-
just don't be in that mood. I
Yo,
feel you.
my favorite. I don't have a favorite album for Christmas, but my favorite movie was always A Christmas Story, and I still
Yo.
till today. The
Oh.
shit, you'll shoot your eye out.
I gotta go back and watch that.
I gotta watch that again.
I've never seen it.
Yo,
Yo.
I
the
don't know
kid
if I
wanted
saw it
the
either. I gotta
whole-
go back and watch
The
it.
You
whole
have.
movie, this kid wanted an air rifle. He wanted a BB gun.
You wanted a
bad.
Red Rider
What-
BB
You said a
gun,
Christmas
whole
movie? This
fucking-
for kids?
Yeah.
Right, an air
Christmas
rifle.
Story.
Yes.
Oh.
and
Yeah.
everybody kept telling him, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." You know what I'm saying? So he kept
Yo,
getting shot.
yo,
down
bro,
left
he
and
went
right.
to everybody to go. He put his bid into his mom's. He put his bid into
Everybody.
his teacher. He put his bid
Everybody.
into Santa at the mall.
Everybody,
Santa at the
nigga. He
mall.
thought that
The
was the
elves.
shit.
He's like, yo.
Word.
He told everybody, and everybody told him, "You'll shoot your eye out when I get you." a
Word.
fucking BB gun." He
Word,
wrote
you
a
remember the
journal
part-
entry. Go ahead.
You remember the part where he forgot when he was with Santa Claus, and he was like, he's like, send this kid away, and then he went climbing back up the slide like, Santa, I want a red rifle, da da da, and the Santa Claus goes, "You'll shoot your eye out," kicks him in the well, they wouldn't kick him, but kind of mushes him with his foot down the slide. It was just
Okay.
a pitiful moment. It was
Mhm.
a pitiful moment for him trying to get this fucking rifle, bro. You know
Real
what I'm
shit.
saying?
Yo.
I don't know who. If you
No-
spoiler alert, if you haven't
No
seen
spoiler,
it,
no
he gets the
spoiler, no
rifle at the
spoiler,
end.
no spoiler, no
He
spoiler.
gets the rifle at the end, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he fucks up bad, okay? Let's see, he fucks up bad.
Does he shoot his eye out? I don't remember.
Nah, but close, okay?
That's
You
real.
know what I'm saying?
Yo, I
Yeah.
do have a non-traditional favorite Christmas movie, like Friday After Next. I wouldn't call that
Yes,
like a
that's a
Christmas
good
movie, but I
one.
watch that
Yes,
shit
my
all like
Christmas
every
movie.
couple of
That
years
was
off
good.
and on. That's my
That's good.
Christmas movie right there, because that shit is funny as
sure.
hell.
Sorry, ain't no movie better than Regular Friday, my nigga. I'm sorry.
Nah,
I know.
I wouldn't say it's not that it's better than
Ain't no
Friday, but in
Friday
terms of a
better than
Christmas
Friday.
movie, Friday After
Yeah.
Next hits
I
hard.
agree.
Yo,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Friday.
For the culture.
Friday,
Facts.
Friday don't hit the same as it did back then as it does now. It don't.
I
Hit exactly
disagree.
the same.
I 100% disagree with you, that
So
brother.
the second one hit harder now than the old one does to me. When I rewatch the second
Really?
one, I laugh a lot.
When he moved to the
harder than I
suburbs?
do when I-
Really?
Yes. With Day Day.
I gotta go back and watch those
Yeah,
again.
Day-Day.
I gotta watch
Yeah.
Wait,
those.
who like which
I
like the whole movie
appreciate it.
appeals to you? Which part? Like Pinky?
It's just
In-
funny
in the
when
warehouse,
I rewatch, if I rewatch that now and I see him running from Baby D, and he put the cookie in
Yes.
the window and the shit
On
slid
on
down
top
the
of
window.
this
You know you
car.
want,
Yes.
you know you want this Baby
Yeah.
D. I see you open at the mouth. You take this hit. That
Yes,
shit was
he's-
funny.
He's hilarious.
With
That
Chico
shit
with the
was-
dog and he
Oh, yo, that
Yeah.
dog.
That shit is-
And
That
his
dog
baby
didn't do
moms-
nothing to you.
His fake baby moms who wasn't even pregnant was bashing his car, and his father ain't do nothing to help him. He's like, you see the
Word.
baby? my
I'm
car,
pregnant
you
with
do
your
nothing?"
baby.
Yeah,
That shit.
You
That shit is
crazy.
classic.
Nah, they had a
man.
lot of
That
funny
shit is
moments in
funny,
that shit.
bro.
Yeah.
that
The
shit is funny.
the
That's just
brolic
the
chick that threw a brick in Day Day car.
Baby D.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about, Baby
Baby
D.
D, my
Yeah,
bad, my
Baby
bad, my
D.
bad. Oh, I call her Baby D. It's a big chick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Y'all stupid. Yo,
That
you're
was
bringing
funny.
it back real quick. I
to
would
say
definitely say, for me, as far as favorite Christmas songs and movies, I actually, you know what? Christmas songs I kind of got ruined by a little bit because I used to work at Party City for years, and around the holiday times, it's like they played
Killed it.
Christmas 24/7.
Killed it.
And
That's I wanted to talk about that. So this is
yeah,
perfect.
and I would
Yeah.
just be sitting there just singing along. I wouldn't even be knowing I was in the trance already and shit. And I would just be sitting here like, why am I singing this? Why do I know
They
the
got
words to
you,
this?
bro.
And
kill
it's
it.
like,
They
yeah, and it's
got
like
you.
being there and knowing every season you're about to just like memorize a whole playlist of all these songs and shit. So I can never like get down too much with Christmas songs, but I do love Mariah Carey. I will just be honest and say like I like when she comes around for the season. I know she's about
She
to
can't
make
sing
like
her ass off, though.
12 to 13, 15 million and then leave for like another 8 months and shit, whatever the fucking time frame she works in and shit. But yeah, that's like my Christmas music shit. And I will just say for movies real quick, I just want to plug my movie. I used to be a real fan of Frosty the Snowman movies. I don't know why, but I just really enjoyed the fact that like if this nigga got like his nose or his button ripped off, like he was just gonna die. Like I felt like he was living his truth for the season and shit. So I don't know. I just
feel
enjoyed
like as a
Frosty the Snowman
kid,
and shit.
every Frosty the Snowman variation I've seen has been monstrous. Like usually they're like nightmare versions trying to like attack a kid or something of that nature in sort of an animated cartoon.
That wasn't my
Yeah,
snowman.
Frosty the Snowman has a traumatic experience for me as a kid. He's always been drawn viciously. Never been drawn as like an innocent type of character. I don't know his origin. I just know it's a
What Frosty the
seen-
Snowman movie? I think you're talking about the Abominable Snowman, my nigga. Like Frosty the Snowman is always cute as shit.
I've been seeing some wrong Frosties as a kid, my guy.
He got a carrot nose. He got a carrot nose. He got
They
legs.
like the ones I be seeing with the carrot nose, they be attacking people. Like in Jackie Chan
bro.
Adventures, I remember as a kid, they was turned into like mad Frosty the Snowman. They was trying to attack and kill that nigga. Every time I see that nigga, he's doing something.
My nigga,
bad.
did you say Jackie Chan with the cartoon?
I'm saying that in terms of the Christmas episode, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know the original Frosty the Snowman, but I remember the Frosty the Snowman and that shit.
Yeah, stupid.
What?
Yeah, y'all
Saying.
you traumatized, bro. Yo,
A little
TJ, what you was saying about the
I was just
the
gonna
song?
say that like I like specific Christmas songs, like Mariah Carey's cool, but sometimes like I like to hear like the Black Christmas songs. Like I don't want to hear in my house like and I hate to say this, but like the white songs, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
I know
Yes.
what you mean.
You
Like
got it.
can I
You
get
got it
can I
Like
say
more
something?
Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
less
You
Elvis or
would
something
love
like
Like
that.
I remember like even at my grandmother's house, and it was because I used to go there every Christmas. Tiff
I remember.
TJ remembers, and they would play. It's like a reggae version. It would be like jubilation, celebration.
It's like the Caribbean. I have the soca one
holiday.
too.
Yo, I'm telling
It's
you,
a
so-
calypso one.
yeah,
for
like
sure.
a
I've never
calypso
heard
kinda
like a
joint.
Jamaican
We call it
rendition
that,
or
right?
even a
It's like
Caribbean rendition of a
yes.
Christmas
And we
song.
would be,
That's
and I'm just,
crazy.
and I remember as a kid, I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm boom,
Yes.
boom, side to side, and
I remember that
it was
too,
like a
'cause that's the
Caribbean, like a
Jamaican culture.
calypso Caribbean kind of spin to the music.
Yeah, that
And
should
that's the
circulate
first
more
time
often. Like
heard
I don't know a lot of
Christmas
Black
carols.
Christmas songs generally. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
they're
even in
Caribbean.
stores when you think about it, like songs like that would not be played. That's just another thing I just connected. Like I never heard of that. Like a Caribbean based kind of
calypso,
Christmas song.
it
At
is,
least I
but
don't
I'm
hear
But
it
in
enough.
the Caribbean, that's what they listen to. Like
Yeah.
in Jamaica, even in Trinidad, we call it like a parang. It's like, all I want is, what is it? Like, I want a piece of pork for me Christmas or something like that.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah,
I
they
want a
got
piece
some.
of pork. I want a piece of pork.
Yeah.
I want a piece of pork for my Christmas. It was like that. It's
Like
a
I'm telling you, I remember
parang or whatever.
jubilation.
For some reason, it sound hot.
But I had an argument with my ex because he wanted to play like white people songs in the house. And I was like, can we play like this Christmas?
Christmas
This
will
year, like he was
be,
playing
yes,
all the stuff, and I was
very
just like,
special
this doesn't do it for me.
Christmas.
Like,
So-
not in my house. I could understand at the store.
Or the mall,
But it was an
the mall,
argument.
they kill it. They kill it.
Yeah.
When you say argument, I'm very curious as to why. Like, no, I don't want to play that shit. Is that like the kind of language
Pretty
he
much, I
had
was
when you
can we
suggested
change
that?
the playlist? Like,
Yeah.
can we change the playlist to like more of a
Urban,
African American,
yeah,
urban,
African.
or whatever type of songs? Like
Mm.
hearing that stuff does not put me in the mood. It bothered
What did
me
he say?
in the
What
house.
did he say?
He was upset.
What did
He was
say?
like, "You're
What
the
did he say?
Grinch. You're the
What did he
Grinch."
say?
And I'm
I
like,
feel like there was a
"Not
black
that.
people
It's
thing where it's like if you
compromise."
got music playing, people don't like you trying to change or interrupt that music when they playing it. I don't know if it's a. I feel like
There's
that's
a
pretty
mad.
compromise, though.
Hoodie,
It's a
hoodie man.
compromise.
Yo, he was black. He was black. Yo,
He was
he was black.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
black.
He didn't want to listen to
Right.
black Christmas songs.
He
No.
loved
Yeah,
Was
it.
he like
it's a
black
little-
all the
And
way
he was
black?
upset
How
that
black
I
was he? Did
suggested
he
it.
identify as
It's
black?
probably
No, he was
no, it's
Aries.
not that. I don't think it's because he didn't identify as black. I think this is just the music he grew up with, and this is
Nah,
probably
there's a
Possibly.
difference.
Yeah.
There's a
this is what
difference.
gets him
People
older.
who
in the Christmas
identify with
mood.
being black
You
tend
know
to
what I'm
lean
saying?
toward black songs.
I
Yeah, like you don't
agree.
deny Michael Jackson being played
Yeah.
for a
I
Christmas
mean,
song.
peep
Like
game,
there's something
peep
wrong.
game, peep game. No, there's a difference between like black people singing a song and a black people because for instance, Mariah Carey, she didn't do too much changes to the songs. She just she sung the song the way it's supposed to be sung, but just with her voice. And I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's changing the song as much as just having black people sing the songs. But like I feel like I like the traditional shit too. I really do. I
Well,
like.
I know, and I
the
think
real
that's how
question.
he
Like,
felt.
what do you define as traditional? Traditional, the fact that you've heard it consistently
I-
over and over. That's what makes it traditional, or make it your tradition.
like no, the songs that I heard.
There
growing
you
up,
go, man.
These are the specific songs that I heard growing up. They're traditional to me because I grew up
Right.
with them. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
Are they typically black songs that you're referring to?
Nah, I'm talking jingle bells, jingle
Okay.
bells. Like I would be okay with somebody singing a black artist singing it, and then you got
my song is Silver Bells. Silver Bells.
Yeah, there you go.
Silver
There's a lot of
Yes.
really good songs.
I don't mind it. I just want the black version of it.
In the city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm be honest with you, when I'm over Christmas songs, I'm over all the songs. It don't necessarily have to be black, white,
Yep.
nothing. When I'm over it, I'm over it.
Mhm.
Real talk.
I
I
just want
haven't even heard no
compromise,
Christmas
that's it.
songs this year. That damn, we
Right?
really not in
It
the
doesn't
spirit.
feel
I
I
have
haven't gone to no
all.
stores.
not.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna go
into
to the store
that.
I had to
today.
cut on the music just now and listen to a little bit of freaking.
No, I
Christmas
get
music. Bring me
like
in the mood.
ads when they're popping Christmas music songs. Disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent
So
y'all all the link to the joints. Y'all can listen to that this Christmas. It's so good. I
All
promise.
right.
Thank you,
Thank
Max.
you. Thank you,
yeah,
man.
so
You're
speaking of
welcome.
that and touching base with that, I want to know from y'all, like, what is y'all favorite thing about the holiday season?
Favorite thing about holiday season? Everybody information is available because I'm a scammer out here, so I could get their social security number and I can bust down some
I
checks.
can't.
So I love it, and I get their checks in
Whatever.
the mail when I'm out here
Whatever.
helping my man in the post office. Sliding me them things when you feel it extra
Nah,
thick.
no, you ain't not
Bring
me,
it back
nigga.
this
I don't
way.
know.
You know, I'm out here hitting the
Nah, me,
math.
nigga.
I'm out here getting them bust down,
Nah.
I don't know who
drowning,
that is, nigga.
I think
drowning.
my favorite thing
You
about
got
the
nothing
holiday,
to
I
post
think,
of it.
is just being around your friends and family. Like, just having fun. Just having
Right.
fun around the holidays, like
Yeah.
being around your friends and family, because you can, like sometimes you are could be in a holiday funk, and just being around people kind of brings you out of that, a little bit,
Facts.
somewhat, because you're around the people that's closest to you. So I was like, all right, you good.
Right.
Not to say that you're completely fully in the spirit, but just being around the people that you connect with the most. That's what I'm
Who,
saying.
whose side of your
Absolutely.
family do you hang with, Mo, as far as like for holiday traditions, or who has the best celebrations for holiday traditions?
Usually TJ every Christmas Eve we would always hang and do things for the kids, and we would do exchange
And
gifts.
Noah.
And
Noah's
Noah,
invited.
yeah, and we would
We
do.
don't play with Noah. Noah gets pajamas. Everybody's in pajamas for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
play games. It's like a party night, but we're all in pajamas.
Mhm.
We turn up. It gets ratchet at
It
the
gets
end.
ratchet. We do
But
the
it's for the
gifts.
kids.
The fun,
we bake
the,
with
the
Santa.
funnest thing is when we get to switch gifts that people be.
Yes, we do a gift exchange. Like
Exchange.
I've done tradition stuff like that for years,
Yep, we do
years and
that.
years and years. And Noah is invited. He gets a gift too. He gets to
Yeah.
exchange a
Exchange
gift with
gift.
everybody else. We put
Yep.
him in pajamas, everything.
Mhm.
And Noah's Mo's dog, by the way, guys. Try for all of you
Yeah.
out there. He's a Yorkie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Word.
So and usually I'll paint, like I know my mom used to like probably work on New Year's Eve or even on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve or Christmas. So they usually work the holidays. So it was wasn't I can't say I was really with my mom for the for Christmas and stuff like that. This particular year, I think she's off. So I don't know. We probably may go to my godmother's house. TJ, you rolling? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Jamaica, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Now you know what I love most about Christmas? I like how they always try to make it feel like, they like I said, the traditionalness. Like I was just saying about the music. I like how the traditionalness of music of Christmas, and how they play the same they say that they play the same movies, they play the same music. You can expect what Christmas is supposed to look like, and people start hanging up the decorations. I love the decorations on people's houses. Like, I really would like to just, I feel like I could do a whole date where I just drink and I shouldn't say drink and drive, but I would just drive around neighborhoods.
Keep it real,
and
dude. That's exactly what you said.
look at the different you go around like over there in Sheepshead Bay, they all just design their houses really freaking nice.
Shake, I love that you said that.
Yeah,
it brings back a memory. It brings back a memory. There's a house on Pelham Parkway over here.
Yes.
That I want to say Mariah Carey's even been there because they had a picture of her, and the house is phenomenal. Like, it's famous people have been there.
They throw money.
Over the fence because they know
grandeur.
Because it's that, and they know that that's a lot of lighting. How much it costs for the lights and stuff like that. So people go there and just park up and kind of watch, and they have it. So I remember that. It's crazy. So you just brought that back for me. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And the most part for me is the friendship and conviviality that we share during the holiday season.
Get your point. Get your point.
Yes.
Yeah, get that.
I feel like we gotta remember to bring this into, because every statement I heard conviviality in it. You know what I mean? But most statements had conviviality. But you
still getting 1 point, by the way.
All right, what up,
TJ? Cool down. There's a cool down. There's a cool down, bro. There's a cool down. There's a cool down for a reason. There's a cool down for a reason.
So I ain't gonna hold you. I think for me, one of my favorite things about the holiday, I got to be honest, I love eggnog, and for whatever reason,
me too. I like eggnog.
I never fuck with it. It's the time of the season. Yeah, coquito and
eggnog.
I don't know why they wait. They wait so many months to keep this
coquito and eggnog is everything.
Okay, but when it's available, I gotta have it like at least once or twice for the season or whatnot. It's just something that's a staple in how I celebrate my holidays and whatnot. Of course, I love the family thing. I'm big also on tasting some rum cake. My aunt from Florida, she loves sending down this beautiful rum black cake. She always sends 2 versions, one without the liquor and one with the liquor or whatnot. And
you be trying to taste the one with the liquor.
It's got that specialized red nephew and everything in it, and it's just so good. So like, those are like 2 of the things that I know, like, I always look forward to. Look, I know when I go down in New York and like next week or whatnot, I'm going to be having black cake. Absolutely.
Yes, and some sorrow.
Sorrow, all of that shit. So like, I love that, the fact about like we still keep close to certain things, even with that from my culture, as far as like Jamaicans and shit, but we got a couple of other things we do as well. But I ain't even gonna hold you though. I sometimes used to look at like the Dominicans, like they celebrate Christmas and they start opening gifts from like midnight and shit. And I sometimes wish that
they celebrated on Christmas Eve. Yeah, they celebrate.
Oh, they do.
Christmas Eve. Yeah, they celebrate on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
So
a lot of my staff that are Hispanic, they usually take Christmas Eve off. Because that's when they do their celebration.
Yeah, celebration. Because remember, after Christmas is Boxing Day. I think they celebrate that as well.
Okay, yes, that's in the
Jamaican celebrate Boxing Day too. Yeah,
yeah, but it's usually live and everything like that. But and that's just the time that you just spend like around like a bunch of Dominican people. But it was a lot of dancing, a lot of laughter, a lot of family stuff, and it was really, really cool. But yeah, those are things I used to enjoy about around the holiday time.
Okay. I actually really enjoyed our Christmas that we had one year, where we exchanged gifts with each other. I hope we get to do that again.
That was fire.
Yeah.
So I feel like I got 3 things about the holidays I like. I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a giver. I feel like I like the feeling of giving someone a great gift and then opening it and just kind of just enjoying it, the surprise and just the thoughtfulness, all that kind of jazz that's associated with it. Like I'm not the type that's like, I'm not that guy that's like, oh, I don't care if they don't like my gift. I'm that guy that does care. Like, if you think my gift is shit, it's like, I don't want to know. So if I give you a gift, I do better next time, that kind of thing. So that's one of the things I like about the holidays in terms of just, that gift giving, just doing something nice just to do something nice, literally.
Facts.
But I ain't gonna lie, like, I think there's an aspect that has not left me as a kid. I like opening up gifts. Me too. A great gift, opening it up and be like, oh, snap, I've always wanted that. Thank you for getting it. Or even the best gift, something I wasn't thinking about that I didn't know I needed, but I all of a sudden got on Christmas Day. That may seem shallow, but like, as it's never left me as a kid. I love that feeling. It's like, I feel I won't say I need it, but it's just a great feeling to have on Christmas. So yeah, that's my
Mhm.
3 things.
Like that. Nice.
I ain't mad at that. Who else got any
So wait,
Christmas spirit stuff? Holiday
Demi.
spirit.
I
What's
gave you
up?
hoodie match, but I'm gonna give you Spuga. Yo,
Come on through.
I
Drip,
experienced
drip.
Christmas in different phases. I feel like as a kid, Christmas was pretty dope. I can't think of like as a kid as I was going through Christmas, it was a good experience because I got gifts. You know, like our Christmases was different because we used to get Christmas gifts wrapped in newspaper because we didn't have like wrapping paper, so they would gift the newspaper. But inside of the gifts, it will always be something nice. Like it
Some
will
lit
always be
shit,
something
yeah.
soulful. It was always an action figure. That's why I love toys as a grown ass adult because I was
Did you
getting
like
action figures as a
not to?
kid.
I don't even know if this dynamic was present, but was there someone that was spoiled among like the fam, or was everybody spoiled evenly, or someone was like clearly getting some great ass gifts every year consistently?
Nah, we was different ages. So I grew up living with my aunt and my uncle. And my uncle's he's about what 10 years older than me. So he had like a Nintendo. So he had a Nintendo and I had like action figures. So he had the dopest shit, you know what I mean? So he would let me play his Nintendo. That's how I got into video
His
games.
gifts was
because
your
of my
gifts,
uncle.
my guy.
Right.
Facts.
So his
Your
Christmas
gifts was
pop,
your
my
gifts.
Christmas
His
pop.
gifts was your gifts. You was with it.
Yeah, that was one of the
Facts.
dope things about being raised with a bunch of people that, you know, y'all all share shit. So when somebody had a good Christmas, we all had a good Christmas.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that was fire.
Yeah.
But as a I want to say after college or once I became a responsible adult, Christmas was different because I was broke and I couldn't afford to like give people gifts like I wanted to in my heart to give gifts. So, you know, like
Yeah.
there's like anxiety associated with Christmas for me in that time because it was like you
Yeah.
can't afford what's expected of you. Like you're expected to give gifts. Then it became a bar that you had to meet for like society's level. Like, yo, you ain't get your mom a fire gift. Like you ain't get your girl a fire gift. Like you didn't get these people that's closer to you. Like, damn.
Remember, they treat Christmas like Valentine's Day anniversaries. Like you're expected or obligated to kind of do shit.
Right. So Christmas changed in that kind of way. But once I started getting money, it was easier. So now I'm good now. So Christmas is fire. So now I'm decorating and shit. And I got like bows and shit around the crib. And it's like feeling a lot like Christmas. And this shit is
It does feel good to like get a gift for somebody that you know they're gonna appreciate it. Hell yeah, that's good.
Yeah. One of the memories I also have, which I realized is so I used to live in Vanderbilt projects in Brooklyn or whatnot. And one of the things that the community liked to do for the children was like a secret Santa thing. So, you know, we would have a black Santa that would come around, and you know, of course, sometimes he wasn't fat, so sometimes you have to question like, is this where his nigga is? But you know,
how'd he pop up? How'd he pop up? Yeah, put Bill's pulling him.
He had like a swag to him a little bit.
He had a Metro card.
Yeah, I don't know. He just came up the steps. I'll just be honest with you, because we all was like situated on one floor. And all I remember is like, yo, we used to do this like every year. So it's like you could look forward to just like a extra gift on top of maybe what your parents would give you or whatnot. And I just remember like it was one instance where they was giving out, you know, toys or handing these joints out. They pulling the kids' names out the ticket, and then the Santa would give the kid the gift that was situated with their name or whatnot. And I just remember like all these little girls was getting like dolls, Cabbage Patch Kids, and Barbie dolls, all types of shit. And you know, my sister was waiting for her gift, so she figured like, yo, I'm about to get me one of these dolls or whatnot. Okay. I think one of these girls, she even got like 3 dolls or some shit like that. So my sister knew she was getting the fucking doll. So they pulled the name from the motherfucking bag and shit. Santa was like, oh, I have a special gift for you and shit. So nigga went to the bag and shit, pulled it out, nigga, gave my sister a pair of socks. She fucking lost it, my nigga. She fucking lost it.
Oh my!
And not even like no Christmas socks. This is just plain white socks on top
Are you
of it.
serious?
Right?
It came from like donation gifts.
That shit might as well have been a lump of coal.
I'm looking at the way he just put it. Like, here's some socks.
She ran
triggering me right now.
She ran up the steps in a fit. Like we wasn't more than like a floor away or whatnot, but she had to make it like, oh my gosh, like who gave me? So she ran into the fuck. You heard the door slam because you know we had them heavy ass doors and shit. Boom, and just cried her ass off. And like all I remember though is the chick that had like 3 dolls, the girl I should say. Like she ended up coming upstairs and actually giving my sister one of the dolls. And I
Aw.
thought that
That's what
was
it's
super
about.
sweet or whatnot.
Gifts.
Don't all that. Her greedy ass had 3 dolls. She should share
Look,
one. What you
look,
mean?
look.
She
Nah,
had
That's not
3
her
dolls.
being greedy.
Yo,
That's
she
not
got
her.
it from Santa,
That's
bro.
not her being greedy. That's what
Santa
she got
gave
from
it to
No.
her.
Santa.
Santa
Why
told
Everybody
her
got
she was
one
gonna
doll.
give
She
it to
left
her.
with 3. Something was wrong. I gotta see that.
Vision of
Didn't
Yo,
give
just
that
fuck.
doll up
you know?
easy, my nigga. She actually tried. She's like, no, these are mine. These are mine. Like they had to like really convince her, like, yo, come on.
That's right.
She don't got a gift as good as yours. You might as well just share or whatnot.
Mhm.
But she ended up like having a heart, giving my sister the doll, and like everything was right.
She
and
probably
the
gave that
mother-
shit to her begrudgingly. Yeah.
Yeah, parents
Or
was
maybe
like, yo,
one
you
of the
gotta
dolls
give it
that
up.
she
You got
wasn't really
3.
fucking with like
Give
that.
her
Like
one.
nobody has
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I mean? I want a baby
she-
alive.
She definitely was
Uh-huh.
not convivial when she gave her.
I
my
was just
sister's
about to
gift.
say that.
Okay,
Flash.
Nah.
but I got it, Mo. I got it, Mo. I got it, Mo.
Damn.
Okay.
I have
All right.
something to add to this. That
Go.
was good, Flash.
That was
It
pretty
actually
good.
triggered me a little bit. My mom was really good at getting me the things that I really wanted. At least one of the items. Like I always wanted a baby alive. I got that. That's the doll that eats and her mouth moves, and then she
Mm.
poops. You change her diaper. You make the baby food, and it costs a whole bunch of money to buy all the accessories for it. But you know who I used to hate on?
What she had, Mo?
Yes.
She had all the best
What
gifts.
kind of toys you got, Mo?
This bitch for Christmas. I mean, she had the Barbie motorhome. She had the car, the convertible. She had the big old dollhouse. She had everything. She had every shoe and
She had the
dress to
beach
match.
house. Did she have the beach house?
I had the 3. I think it was a 3-tier. It was like a 1, 2, 3, a 3-sided house, and it had
I
like
think it
had the beach house.
Lit.
And you know how it is when y'all kids and all that. She probably sharing it, but she's sharing on her terms.
used
Like you
to
can use
hate
it
on Mo
now.
because, it was me and my sister.
yeah, but we played. But
Mo
TJ would
was
come
the only
over.
child.
I was the only child. We would play with the doll. I had a whole
did
bag
you
full
have
of
Mo?
Barbie
Did-
dolls.
But you
She
kept
had
the dollhouse. You just had to
fun.
rent it.
Wait, yo, Mo, did you have the motorhome?
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah, that's a
had
complex
all-
dollhouse set that you got as a kid.
Oh,
Damn,
She had a
motorhome too.
convertible. She had everything. So I would like go to Mo's house like, fuck. And
Yo,
you know,
you
I
still
had to
got
share
those
my
dolls?
She got
toys.
basically the Sims.
I had to share my toys with my little sister, and we would chew on the doll's feet and shit. Mo had, and so like we would lose the shoes and
Yep.
we'd lose the bra and the panties, and Mo had everything just
Yo.
lined up. I just,
Do you?
I used to hate on her like every Christmas, like you always get the good stuff.
Y'all cheered up y'all dolls because I had a bag that I kept them in. So when TJ come over, we dressed up like, oh yeah, let's get a dress, let's get the shoes, let's get.
Yo, Mo, do you still have these dolls?
No, and I should have kept them. They probably would have been worth mad money.
Shit,
Yo,
I
you
get it.
had the
I was
Christmas
asking
ones
you
too.
those
Didn't
questions
you have those, or
specifically, and I
it
was doing
Bianca?
math.
Mhm.
That's a lot of bread that you had as
I'm
a child.
telling
Like
you.
those,
Yeah.
the aftermarket for those
Value.
collectibles
Yes,
is
I'm pissed.
so much bank, yo. It is
Mhm.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I got rid. Yep.
Okay.
Yo, I know this is like negative, but I feel like it just had to be said. Like I know as a kid, like you see Santa in the store, like, and it's cool. But I know as a kid, when I saw a black Santa, I always had to do a quiet pause just due to the way I was raised as a kid, thinking that Santa was white. So I've always like wondered if that was something that y'all had an effect on. Like if I just never said nothing, but it always gave me that pause. Like if it. I don't know. I know it's weird to bring up, but that was always
It's
something.
not
as a kid
weird.
that
No,
always
it's not
seemed
It's
weird.
the
That's
truth,
facts.
and I think
That's
we
true.
all
That's
think
facts.
about it. I mean, I feel the same way about Jesus sometimes. I was on the phone with my cousin last night
Ding
talking
ding
about
ding
that.
ding 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 ding. Yeah,
Like they
go ahead,
portray
TJ.
him as this white man, but in the Bible it talks
Bible.
like hair is wool,
Hair wool.
and like
Mhm.
that's
Cop
not how
skin,
he's
skin
presented.
copper. I don't know no
Yes.
white man that got copper skin. I'm just saying.
So
Mhm.
you know, stuff like that. It does. I feel exactly the way you feel, Boogie. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
But I do like the way
just,
that they make Santa like Asian Santa, and then you got the
Yes.
Spanish
Mhm.
Santa, and you
You
got
got
the
a
black
black
Santa,
Santa.
and I think that's appropriate, and it should be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know,
Everybody
agree.
deserves their own Santa, but do y'all know about the Krampus?
The who?
what's
The
that?
Krampus.
Mm-mm.
All right, so the
So-
Krampus
No,
is
no,
this
no.
mythological creature that comes around for Christmas, and he beats the shit out of kids with lashes, and he puts them in a sack, and he takes them with him to go torture them and shit when they bad. This is a tradition that's celebrated in I think it's in Germany, somewhere in Europe.
Are
But for
you
the most
serious?
part,
So
part, dead ass. He looks like a goat with
Wow.
horns, and he's got a tongue that's like mad fucking long and red.
So they
and he
have to
walks
be good.
around. Oh yeah, or the Krampus will come get that ass.
oh
Oh, yeah, so
wow,
it does-
My fault.
Christmas
my fault.
is a
I mean,
scary
Garrett, my
time of the
bad.
year.
This is hoodie
Oh,
match.
hoodie
This is
match
hoodie
is
match.
back?
I'm sorry. That's
Sorry.
supposed to be hoodie
Christmas
match.
is a scary time of the
Krampus,
year.
that's my man's in him. The Krampus. Our pop-up appearance, we want to have a good time. We put them back in the sack. We take them back where we gotta go.
They fuck around,
give
send
them
a
the
bad kid
lashes.
away.
You know what I mean? Then we send them back.
Send a
Oh,
bad
He's like
kid
the
away for
Grinch,
Christmas
kind
and
of,
shit.
huh?
You tell the
Yeah,
other
he's
kids
like the
that
Grinch, but
Krampus
he's just
took
violent.
Wow.
Not a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
crazy.
conviviality in that shit, though. Okay.
I
You
ain't
know what I'm
mad at
saying?
y'all.
Sound like a lot of child molesting
Anybody-
and kidnapping, but okay,
anybody-
Krampus,
Yeah,
go
you
ahead.
know, gotta do what you gotta do.
That's crazy. Anybody remembers Festivus?
Martha,
Anybody
there's
fuck with
nothing
Seinfeld?
convivial about that. Okay, just saying. That's scary.
Was
Good
it?
point.
It's not
Dang, you get your
convivial.
point.
Word. Nah,
Why,
but I don't know if
thank
anybody
you,
remember
thank you.
Festivus, but it was
Wait.
the holiday celebrated by George's father on Seinfeld. He would have like this, before I stopped fucking with Seinfeld and shit. He had like this this pole he would cover with aluminum foil, and it was called Festivus for the rest of us who don't celebrate any of the other holidays. It would be Festivus. It was a good episode.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Trying to get back on track. Okay, let's talk about the New Year's a little bit. I want to know, how do y'all celebrate the New Year, or do you even celebrate the New Year? Any one of y'all got like any type of traditions, rituals?
I get pissy drunk. I get
Yeah.
drunk, and I tell secrets and shit, and I make.
That's how you celebrate the New Year's?
Wow.
I don't get pissy drunk. I feel like I have holiday.
You can tell
I
secrets.
have
Though, whose secrets you telling, bro?
I
You
have-
ever telling my shit,
I
bro?
have gotten pissy drunk and shit. Like I like to go to like day parties and shit. Like this is the new thing with the Caribbeans. They do day parties. I love doing these day
Yes.
parties. I go there,
Chic.
get lit, have fun. Like that is my New Year tradition. I used to go to church every year. Like that was my thing.
Me
You know what I'm saying?
too.
I missed a few years. I might go this year though. But the reason why I like the party in the morning is because I don't have to miss church. I could bring in the New Year, go to church. I usually go to church from 10 to 11:30, and then I go find somewhere else to hang for New Year to go do the jump up, because they don't do the jump up in church. You know what I'm saying? They continue with the sermon. They don't say it's New Year's, yay! Well, not in my church at least.
Yeah, your church sound like
So-
this. They don't do that. They do it. Other
Yeah.
Speaking
churches,
is
though.
like Naughty Boogie, I ain't gonna lie and say, like, I treat it more like a regular day. Like I celebrate like New Year's at midnight, with my loved ones, family, who's around at that time, depending on I'm celebrating it. But in terms of that day after midnight, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of a regular day. Like I have a lot of
It is.
perspective in terms of thinking about like the future, making sure everything's set up for that year or whatever. But in terms of like what I'm doing throughout that day, probably not that much. Keep it 100 with you. I treat it like a
Same.
regular day.
I'll go. I think back in the day, we would celebrate by going out. That was the best. We went to TRL. That was live. I think as I got older, like honestly, I would go to church on New Year's, and then maybe something light afterwards. Maybe like go to somebody's house. But as I'm getting older now, I really don't do much on New Year. I haven't really
Less inclined to
gone
go out and shit.
Yeah, I haven't really gone out per se on New Year's recently. I can honestly say that. Yeah. And if I do go out, it's maybe like to somebody's house. It's not like a club or something like that.
Fair.
Growing up, for me, I remember having sparkling cider while everybody else maybe had champagne,
Champagne.
so that we felt
Yep.
included. And we would wait for the ball to drop, and I would be passed the hell out. Like I could barely stay awake till midnight. Like, is it the New Year? Yeah,
Yeah.
But I think as maybe around college years, it was like a thing, like going to the club or going out. And one
Yes.
year, I'll tell a story.
Yeah,
Mo,
that was
I
the
got
best year.
tickets. Yeah, I got tickets to MTV. MTV Studios, that TRL Studios was on 42nd Street. So we had like the ball was right in front. And so we had tickets to go to that event where the celebrities come. They taped the event. We was on TV and everything. They give you drinks. Jeezy was there. He was performing that year. And me and Monique were
Wait,
fucked up.
can I add one part before we got to the TRL thing? TJ went to get a dress.
Oh
At
God.
this time, Mo ain't had no damn license. She double parked the car. So I'm like, all right. A police officer came out and was like, oh, move, you gotta move because you get a ticket. I was petrified, trying to go around the block, don't know where the hell I'm at. I'm
You
like,
didn't really know how to drive
I
like
didn't know
that
how to
either.
drive at that point. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I remember TJ running out the store like, Mo, you did so good. I'm so proud of you. I was petrified.
Y'all was stupid.
Continue, TJ. I just had to throw that in there. I'm like,
Yes, I did buy
Yeah.
a dress the day of
The
New
day of,
Year's.
yes.
Yeah. And we went to the studio and Jeezy was performing and we was right in the front and he was kind of flirting with Mo. And she had this belt around her waist that said sexy. It was SEXY, like a chain belt. And I was like, Jeezy, who's that? And he was like, that's sexy right there. That's sexy right there. We was like flirting with him. We was having a good time. After that, we went to I think we took a cab to a party to meet some of friends from like Earl, like our homeboy from like high school or whatever. We went to another club and Mo lost a cell phone.
Nice.
In
Nice.
the
Not a party
in the
unless you
club.
lose something.
And
Not a party
yeah,
unless
we
you
had a
lose something.
blast. I think she ended up getting her phone back,
Oh,
right?
I got it back. Yep, I got my phone back.
Yeah, she got her
I
phone
got
back.
my phone back.
They losing phones, huh, Mo?
Yeah, I had a blast.
Flash is usually the
holder, the phone.
Yeah, the holder of Mo's phone.
I still
She'll
feel like
put
they
it down
put.
and he's like, it's
I
in my
still
back
feel
pocket.
like they put a little extra something in our damn drink, like extra liquor.
I mean,
Yeah,
we were
'cause
lightweights too. We were really tiny. So I think
Yeah.
1-2 drinks, we were gone. You know, you're a professional drinker now, Monique.
Yeah, I am.
Mo.
I am. I'm professional drinker.
But yeah, for New Year's now, I really do want to create a tradition. I haven't had anything. And so I think I want to start creating
Me
something.
neither.
I would love to do chic, like that Caribbean party where you dress up. I did that one
Yes.
year with Sade and that was lit.
I actually would be open to doing a
We
party.
could start
on New
that.
Year's.
Yeah,
I never did that before.
If it's a dress up thing, I would prefer.
Yeah, I would love to do some like a new tradition. This year I think I'm gonna just have some people at the house, but it'd be nice to have another tradition for New Year's.
Yeah, I think that was the dope thing that like I know me and Shake used to do for more than a few years for New Year's, like getting dressed, knowing you about to put on some like fresh clothes, because this is probably the only time of year I probably ever go shopping. I'm like, yo, I'm about to buy me some nice shit, you know, and I want to get dressed up and we go into like the Caribbean parties. Yeah. So, and I just think it's so dope because like everybody dressed up all nice, but like everybody getting all crazy in the party and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I love those type of like chic and what other parties was there, Shake? Like it was chic, it was
there was another one that competed with it. It's the same day.
Sugar cane,
Sparkle or something. What's it called?
Sparkle.
I heard of Sparkle. I feel like that. I heard of that.
Yeah,
definitely a good party.
I love them shits, and everybody always looks so good too. And that's like the one time of the year where I'm like, yo, black people just look good. It's the Caribbean.
They had dresses made and shit. Those girls were not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that. I love that.
I agree. I agree with you, Flash. I feel like in terms of like my upbringing or my experiences with New Year's, it's always been like going to somebody's crib for a party. And I feel like as far as house parties, like New Year's parties, we had the best New Year's parties.
Absolutely.
Wasn't nobody New Year's parties better than me and my niggas.
Is this the one with the Popeyes across the street or like right by the window?
Yes. Right off of what was that? Guy Brew and Baisley. Guy Brew and Baisley. Yeah.
You know.
Yo, best New Year's parties ever. You came to our joint, we had free liquor, we had free food, we had free everything. You just had to be there and have a good time. We had one policy though, when you come through the door, you had to take a picture with a come on sun sign. And 1 year we did an actual globe and put 2012. What 2012 it was? Yeah, that we had it, and everybody who came in had to take a picture with this glowing globe of the year.
Nice.
Fire.
So,
every party. Fire.
Wow.
No, I wish I knew you guys then.
The reasons why we did those New Year's parties is because wasn't nobody going down to the city. Wasn't nobody going to the city to go stand in the street, right? So that's a dub. And it was brick, especially if you're from New York. Nobody goes.
It's cold as hell. It's always cold.
Yo, I feel like global warming is so real that we don't even consider how cold New Year's has been in the past, yo. Like I remember when I was a kid, like watching people on TV. I was like, why would you want to do that? Like I just felt so sorry for them standing in the street like this, looking at their sentences come out their mouth and shit. All they punctuation. It's crazy. Like why would you want to do it? And then you stuck for hours in like this.
Yeah,
you gotta remember people come from other cities, so it's like it's a big thing to like open up the new year, like doing that. You know what I mean?
But you can watch it on TV. You can watch it on TV.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you if you do it.
Seven different niggas got it on TV.
Times Square be warm, bro.
You said the who?
Am I right?
I
That's
do.
what I
I
said.
must say, I do want to do it one time. Go down to Times Square and watch the ball drop.
I done
I've
that,
never
man.
did
That shit.
Yeah,
That shit
I
too
feel
much
like I've
for
done
me.
that too. It ain't nothing to write
Yo.
home about, to be
It's
honest.
How
not-
about we once we get big, when we get big, we'll get a nice little a nice big, not little, a nice big suite right on 42nd Street, and we
Yeah.
celebrate New Year's together.
Or
Sophisticated.
we just rent a
Yeah.
spot in
How
the
about
hood
that?
and just
That's
throw a day
goals.
party the way Mash was
That's
talking
true.
about. Just get lit up.
Yeah.
Open it up right there.
Yo,
Nice
this
and
is
little
Nah,
tight.
I
Nah,
want to do
I'm
that in the
talking about
city.
bringing in the new year, like that
Yeah.
countdown. We all together at a dope ass
Spot.
spot in the city, like 42nd Street, where we watch the ball drop from wherever we at.
Yes,
That's
I like
goals.
that.
All
I
right.
like
Yo,
that.
do
yo,
that.
this is random, and I just want to like plug like how popping me and Mash's house parties was. I
Uh-oh.
remember this one incident. This is how you know like the party shall still go on and shit. But I'm not gonna name no names, but we had a you know, people is dancing, they getting on. It's just a nice hot party, and it's still nice and cold outside and shit. But everybody's like dancing because we had like the DJ and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool. And I just remember one of our homies, you know, he dancing with all the chicks and he getting on bad, and you know, he really giving it to the women. I guess like he was really feeling the Christmas spirit or the holiday spirit or whatever the case is. So I just remember him like he's dancing with a chick, and I don't know what it was this year. I think it was something in the liquor, but we just kept picking women up like the whole year. I'm not sure, but then when it got to this
Yeah,
house
that was
party,
the thing. That was at one point in like the soca or reggae world, picking chicks up was like a sign of dominance.
yo,
It's
Yeah,
like
I
something
could not
that
stand
you
it.
had
And
to
I'm so
do.
It's not a
tiny.
dominant
Everybody is
figure.
always like flinging me in there. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
I shit
this-
you not, yo.
All right, put me down now.
Yo, Mash would me and Mash was dubbing some chicks on the wall, and all I remember is he picked the chick up, like he had her like by his waist, and I was like, word. So I picked the chick up and I put her in like the power bomb formation on the wall. I was like, what up, nigga? Like we could do this. Like, and it was just always fun to just be picking chicks up and shit. But then we had one dude and he just took it a little too far because like he picked the chick up and he went like above and beyond me and shit. Like he put her up like power bomb formation and shit, and everybody cheering him on like, oh, that shit is cool. And she high up and shit. And I don't know what was going on through this nigga head, but this nigga power bombed the chick into our ground, and I'm like, we don't have a wrestling mat in the living room, so this is just like
It was
straight
a broke
hardwood.
back.
Oh
This
my
is straight
gosh.
carpet. No, it was carpet.
Okay.
It was carpet.
It was
At least we
carpet.
got a little cushion.
Okay, but he power bombed her into the floor, and he looked around for like justification, like what I did was
Support.
just cool, right? Like, did y'all see what I just did? And I was sitting there amazed, like, yo, you just power bombed the whole chick into our floor, and
she's probably dead.
nigga, I'm thinking she dead. I'm thinking he about to chill.
Nah,
This
talking about
nigga-
pause.
Go ahead.
Just to
Go ahead.
give you more context. The nigga was doing it like it was a sex scene. Like he was just him. Like it was, we watched him. Like he was putting on a show type setup. It
Mhm.
wasn't like everybody was dancing. No. He was the focal point. He knew he was the focal point.
Uh-huh.
So when he dropped her, it wasn't like everybody could be like, oh, we wasn't looking. No, everybody was watching.
Everybody's
Uh-huh.
When he
Everybody.
dropped her, when she did this power bomb.
Oh, we
So
need
when
the
he
name for this
dropped
guy.
her and he did the
Nah.
power bomb, in my mind, this is just my perception because I was there too. I'm
Mhm.
just assuming that he thought she ain't fall that hard. But
Mhm.
because he looked around as if he was going to do like another move, like he was going to dive on top of her and keep on going. But everybody interrupted before it got to that point because she
No,
hit so
yeah.
hard.
No, nigga,
that we-
he ended up diving on top of her still. There's a picture of
You
homegirl
sound like
reaching
some
out to
pasa shit.
Yo, it was. There's a picture of her reaching out to her friends. I don't know who was taking pictures at this time, but she reaching out to her friends for help as this nigga's about to frog splash her and like finish off his move and shit.
Fucking
And I
Chris
was
Benoit,
God.
motherfucker.
I'm
that
I'm
y'all got
gonna
up
need
in
that
there.
picture, by the way. I'm
Yes,
posting
I
it on
wanna see this
Instagram.
picture.
So y'all listeners, look for check out our
Oh,
Instagram,
man.
So Ratchet Podcast. I'm
Yo,
gonna post that
nigga.
picture.
Good times. Good
I need
times.
pictures from 2012, guys.
Good times.
You
I did
had
want to
to
actually.
be there. You had to be there to see this shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
Nah,
God.
chick getting power bound to the carpet. 100% agree with you on that, bro.
And the party still went on. The party still went on. That didn't
Wait,
stop
Shorty
the
got up
party.
and just kept that shit twerking?
I mean, eventually, yeah.
Okay.
Eventually.
She needed a
Oh my
second. She
gosh,
needed a second.
eventually.
She
I'm
wasn't.
pretty sure she was hurt.
Just catch her breath and kept it moving. I hear
No
that.
Yeah, that.
WWF or WWE pops up after of the power bomb. You gonna take a second to recuperate.
Yeah.
As a woman, that is your biggest fear. Like, first
Yeah,
of all,
I
you
don't wanna
hate
be
when men
dropped.
pick you up, but you can't do nothing because they just do it out of nowhere.
Hold on. Some women like getting picked up. Some women like
Yeah.
getting picked up. I would not allow you to say that
A lot of
we
them.
don't like it. No.
A lot.
A lot.
I didn't
Sometimes
say
y'all
that.
like
I said
it.
that is our biggest fear, to be picked up and dropped. Once we don't really like it when you pick us up, but when you do, our fear is that you're gonna drop us. And I'm a small one, but Mo says it all the time. She's like, "You sure you can handle this? Because I'm a big girl. I
Yeah,
don't
and
look
if you
it,
drop
but
me,
I
I'm gonna
am."
fight you.
She
So-
says it because that's our
Mhm.
biggest
I
fear is
can
that
tell you
y'all
that
gonna
right now.
drop
Do not
us.
drop me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's just
saying.
that-
Not that we don't like to be picked up. I mean, some of
Yeah,
us
women
do.
like being picked
I
up.
personally don't.
I
I
picked
enjoy
up-
it when I'm up. When I'm up, I play around. Like I'm like, all right, I'm up here, whatever. Like, I'm gonna get it, and I'm smiling.
Right.
But I really prefer that you don't pick me up,
Um,
because the fear is you gonna drop me, and I'm tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Mo
you
looking
tiny,
like
so
it's
what
whatever
if
with
you
me.
know-
Drop
nobody
me,
what if
I'm
you
dropping
fucking
a
you up.
tiny
you know-
ass.
What if you
Anybody
know
who
he
dropped
got the
you
type of
had no
physique that
business
won't
picking
drop
you
you?
up.
Yeah, nobody gonna drop. Yeah,
What if you know he got the
TJ's
type-
more.
type
I
of
mean, I
physique
jump
that
on
can
Mo's
handle
back
you?
all the time.
Yeah,
When you know
she
when they
does.
say pick
Alright,
up something,
You
anything,
need
I jump
something?
on Mo's back and she runs throughout the
They
party
let
with
drop
me.
you.
You know,
Yeah.
That's
Like,
then that's
I'm
sus then. Some,
tiny.
like getting
like
picked up.
have you ever been like scared when someone came close to dropping you, TJ?
No, but it's still a
She's
fear.
like, yeah, she's
It's
not
still a
gonna.
fear.
They're not gonna
Cool.
drop her.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Yo,
you see the videos and shit.
All right, so yo, for the year, so we know that we coming to a close for the year, right? 2021 is going out the books. 2022 is coming up. You know, new year, new me, whatever. I want to know what was either one or a couple highlights for y'all for 2021.
I'll take off my shit.
That's a good one. Hold on.
I don't even know.
Favorite thing about 2021?
Highlights, yeah. Well, yeah. What was some personal highlights for you? I mean, I'll go first. Seeing how y'all still got to think
Yeah,
about
you
it
go
and shit.
first, King.
But I'll definitely say for me, it was shit that I wrote in my affirmation book. I keep an affirmation book real close to me every day. I need to redo it because it's I've definitely completed certain things in it, so I know I have to redo that. And this is something I read every. Not every. I'm not gonna say I read it every day, but when I remember, I read it in the morning and before I go to sleep. And like so two of the highlights for me in 2021 were definitely, copping the crib. That's definitely something that I had on my affirmation list. And it was within the 5 years that I said I was gonna do it. And also y'all know how much I struggled with the switching careers shit or whatnot, but switching careers into tech and software and whatnot, that was big for me because I I really wanted that. And I was like stubborn that even though it happened this year, it was something that I was still trying to migrate to from like 2020 and 2019 or whatnot. And I felt like because I stuck to my guns, I stuck to like what I said I was gonna do. That ended up coming in 2021 for me. And I'm like, I'm forever grateful for that and forever humbled. But it's just something that I know like were highlights for me personally, taking that time, having patience with myself and like executing. So those are my two biggest highlights for 2021.
I'm proud of you, by the way.
Facts. I
Yeah.
want to piggyback
Very
on your
proud.
highlights, bro. You are one of my highlights of 2020. You know what I mean? Getting a chance to see 2021, see you make this happen for yourself, bro. That's
Facts.
watching my friends win
Facts.
are highlights for
Yeah.
me. Like that is just a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing, and to play any part in watching it and to play any part in that happening makes me happy. You know what I mean? To know, to see it, be involved in it. Like even like with you, Boogie, you gave me an opportunity to drive across the country this year. You know what I mean? That's a highlight for me this year.
Yeah.
I could cross that off my bucket list now. I done drove to every state in the US now, thanks to you. So thank you so much, bro.
Nice.
That's a highlight I could take off my list for 2020. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
through
man.
my
21.
friends. I'm sorry, my bad. 2021.
Mhm.
It just feels real good.
That's dope.
As far as
Yes.
highlights go.
Mhm.
What else? What are the highlights I got? That's all I got. I can think of right now. But those are pretty big ones.
Facts.
Mhm.
Can I say
Facts.
that this has been a very difficult question because, and it's hitting me after hearing Mash share, and he keeps saying 2020. This year was a freaking blur. I don't
Mm.
remember
disagree with that.
anything in this year really. Like, I mean, this year was a blur for me. And I
Mhm.
don't know if it's the COVID, it's the vaccine. It's
That's
just
how
a
I
lot.
feel.
Me being, not in the best health at times. And, you know, it's just like a lot happened. I went through a real bad breakup, and you know, it's just this year was a blur. And it didn't hit me until you kept saying 2020, 2020. And I'm like, yeah, 2021? What? We're going into 2022? Like, what?
Mhm.
Time is flying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't really have any real, I think one highlight for me at the time, I don't know how I feel now,
Mhm.
was you guys were in town, and it was the same time that we found out that Biden and Kamala Harris won,
Yeah.
and we all went to brunch in Brooklyn, and just that
Mhm.
energy, that vibe was, you know, it was beautiful. Like, I remember, that's a highlight, something that I remember. I can't think of anything else in 2021, and I don't mean to be ungrateful,
No,
right?
no, you're right. Nah, you. Yeah,
That's
I hear you.
that's how I feel. 2021 for me was a
Same.
blur. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff happened to me in 2021. Medically,
yeah.
things that we know about. Found that out in 2021. Situations on my job happened in 2021.
For me.
I went on a couple of trips in 2021, so
Yeah,
that, you know,
you
so that's
did.
a little highlight for me, that was good. But I just feel like it was definitely a whirlwind blur for me as well. So I'm looking forward to 2022. Yeah, I mean, that's, usually I could pinpoint, but
It's a blur.
yeah,
Mm.
really.
I feel like I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum in all of that. I feel like, well, for the tribe, I think we've said this before. Like before we usually start the podcast, we usually do kind of a mental health check-in where we kind of check in with each other mentally, emotionally, physically, just seeing how we're doing and all that. And I'm saying all that to say is I'm gonna kind of answer my favorite thing about 2021 is three things: mentally, emotionally, and physically. I like obviously to know me to understand me, but I'm not someone who's kind of been open. But mentally, I have learned to kind of open up and just kind of trust in people around me. So I like to say
Yes.
that mentally, one of the highlights is just having a team that not only do I trust, but I know that we're going to grow and just do great things with. And I'm not saying that to say it. I know it. I feel it. It's
We love you,
as
Boogie.
simple as breathing. Like
Yes.
mentally, I feel like there's just been so much growth for 2021. It has not been a blur in any form of fashion. I'm from New York City. I am now in Portland, Oregon. So like I've had a whole life change this entire year. So that leads me to emotionally. Emotionally, I'm just all over the place. There's just so much stuff been going on. I could never like really describe it. Like I understand how people can say it's a blur. Like there's just so much things going on. But for me, I've had so much new things going on that it's not a blur for me. Like there are things I still think back on. Like even things I haven't talked about. Like I've been in a car crash arriving in Portland, Oregon. And I didn't really have time to kind of go through it because it's just so much shit to do in terms of adjusting, find a new job, all that kind of stuff.
Oh my
And it's
gosh.
like, like these are things I think about, but it's like they're not really a blur. Like these are kind of like my highlights because I learned so much from it, in terms of how I've maneuvered and lived afterwards. But yeah, that's emotionally. Physically, I feel in terms of just 2021 as a highlight, I don't rely on the gym or any sort of external source. I have a internal passion for just physical development, physical growth. It's something that I naturally do. Like if I haven't gone to the gym in like 2-3 days, mentally I'm feeling like something's wrong. Like I'll act as if something's wrong. I'm naturally active fitness wise. So I like to say that I've been having trouble in the past being consistent, keeping up with these physical things, like making sure I'm eating better or just going to the gym. So I like to say that my highlight about 2021 is that I'm physically more consistent than I've ever been in my entire life. So yeah, 2022 is going to be lit because all I'm going to do is just continue to grow and expand upon everything that I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, and physically. So yeah, it's a lot for me. Anyway,
Okay.
that's my
Yeah,
answer.
bro.
Word.
I hear
Yo,
that.
Boogie, thanks for that. I don't want to say 2020 when it was a blur.
That was good.
Because I had an emotional year. I had emotional ups and downs. And shit was a little crazy financially. Things got a little crazy and shit this year with the rise and fall of crypto, and that shit. Woo! Yo,
Yes, I
my
remember
heart
those.
was on a roller
Flash
coaster
was
this
going,
year.
the shake
You
was
know what
going
I'm
through it.
saying? Yeah, I was definitely going through it. The year for me, the year ended off a lot better than it started. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, nah. I had a lot of hopes and dreams for this year. Certain things worked out, certain things didn't work out, and all I can do is focus on next year. This year, what happened? What else happened that I enjoyed? I went to Miami. That was fun.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I actually went to Miami. I actually went to Miami 3 times this year, which is
There
the
you
most
go.
I've ever
There
been.
you go. Talk your
which
shit,
makes
King.
me feel
Talk
like
your
I
shit.
want to live there. Okay, like I
Mhm.
feel like
Your shit.
I love Miami so much that I really need a place out there. But that's a conclusion I came to this year. I really see myself now. Like this year, I was able to finally really see myself like moving down to Atlanta and
Talk
finding
your
myself a
shit.
condo down there.
Talk your
Like
shit.
I'm really looking at
Talk your
condos
shit.
down there for like next year because I know
That's right.
next year is going to be a big year for
We got
me. And
2-story condos for you, baby.
I
It's
mean,
affordable.
I learned
You know
a
what I
lot.
mean? Nice
I learned a lot this year.
amenities.
I learned a lot this year. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna continue to take those lessons moving forward. I'm gonna continue learning moving forward and take those lessons and become better at everything that I'm doing. And this podcast right here, bro, shit. This is one of my highlights for 2021 right here.
Talk your shit. Talk your
Mine
shit.
too.
What?
Yeah,
I'll say
mine
that.
too, yeah.
I'll say that
Podcast
too.
always.
Us doing this shit right here. We had so many really good fucking episodes this year. I've been
Yeah, we
listening to
have.
them and
You are my
loving
favorite
listening
one.
to
Keep going,
every minute of listen. Sometimes when I'm saying shit, like after the episode's over, I'll be like, I felt like my energy wasn't into it. I don't know what Flash do. Flash throw his abracadabra on that shit. Boom,
Boom,
All of a
nigga.
sudden,
Convivial
I sound like
episode, nigga.
all of a sudden, I sound
Hey,
like
get your
this
point,
dude
King.
that I really want to hear some more.
I know.
You
And you
know?
know what I find funny? Sometimes when you're listening to it, I respond the same way. When you say something, Shaq, I'm like, oh, fuck out of here. I'll say that on the podcast. And when I'm listening, I'm like, fuck out of here. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly how I would react.
I say that.
It's
I
authentic.
feel like it's ironic how the podcast is out. Like we do this, as our personal project, but it's improved us personally and professionally in a lot of ways. Like in
Yes.
terms of things we do outside, like
Absolutely.
obviously we have our
Absolutely.
jobs and all that, but we're thinking of how to kind of do things on our own to kind of work, make things for us. Like I'm not
Absolutely.
someone who's big on YouTube, but now I have ideas and ambitions to kind of grow not just our channel, but my personal channel. It's not, and I'm an introvert. That's not really something I really cared about, but now it's something I care about. And I think about how the podcast and how that's kind of contributed to that.
Yes.
But I actually wanted to kind of segue. I know, not to kind of take away, but I remember like way back when we did a Friends or Thankful episode, and I think that we took some time to kind of like more or less give some people some flowers. And I wanted to kind of, if we have some time, even though this is kind of the end of the year, whatever episode, I wanted to do that. And like, there's some things I always wanted to tell y'all. Like, Flash is one of the main people that I'd never ever get along with, or like his opinions I really never agree with, but I always understand and respect where he's coming from. This is the only brother who can articulate his position, and regardless whether I agree or disagree with it, I fully understand it. That is a talent, and I respect the heck out of that, Flash. So I wanted to give you those flowers. I appreciate the way you articulate yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Shake. I don't like, in terms of our episodes, I don't go back and forth with Shake, but I like to admire Shake's energy from a distance. When Shake be talking this shit and just getting wild, laughing, and all that kind of shit, it's like I like that. Like I like Shake being happy is naturally happy, and it's like that's cool. Because when Shake is like not himself, you can feel it. Like he's not
You
like
totally can.
in his element and all that kind of jazz. So I like when Shake is kind of wild and in this kind of thing, because just everybody's kind of feeding off of that, whether they like it or not, whether they know it or not. So yeah. I could go around the room, but I wanted to kind of just start that by giving those two brothers some pops and flowers and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, I wanted to. I can go to everybody. I could, but I wanted to kind of give y'all some room as well.
Well, you know what fucked up, Mo? That you stopped on number 3. She thought you was gonna be the next.
No,
one.
I didn't.
Oh, I can.
I didn't think so.
Like I did that for a reason. I did that
Just
for a
do
reason
it.
because I could like.
Just do it, Boogie. Do it, Boogie. It's the end of the
Yeah, I
year.
thought
Do
you
it
was
for
just
number
go around the whole
3.
room, honestly.
Do it
So
for
Mo
number
from
three.
day
Number three,
one
you can put me last.
is
You put me last, Boogie. Put me last on purpose.
Whatever.
I'll put you last then.
You don't mean that, bro. Don't fall for that shit.
Don't do it. Don't do her shit.
Just
Don't
do it,
do
Boogie.
her
It's number
shit.
3.
I gave her permission.
So
You're good,
I
Boogie.
got Mo as one of the people from day one who I've always.
I connect with Boogie.
What?
I connect with Boogie. I do.
Yeah,
But I just want to say that like Mo is someone who from the jump is someone who's like, I don't want to say I've won't say I've always getting along. But I feel like that's generic. But I feel like in
Still
terms
my
of everyone on the
best friend, okay.
podcast, Mo is the only one I've never had to listen to and be like, yo, fuck is wrong with that? Like, why she say some shit like that? Mo, I won't say Mo's the most intelligent, but Mo's one of the people that I can just identify with from day one. And it's like when she speaks, there is a kind of clarity to it that nobody else has. Where, like, I won't say that she's on my side, but I can say that she understands me, at least my opinion, better than anybody else here on the show. Like, I feel like we've had that kind of camaraderie. Now TJ is a funny one because initially I wouldn't say I didn't like TJ, but it took me a while to adjust to her energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's important. It took me a while to adjust to her energy because I used to kind of have my perception of things, and the way she would act or how she would present herself, I would kind of maybe just go in a different direction based on my perception. So it took me a while to kind of, I guess, understand the frequency. So I'm saying that to say that I appreciate TJ's just natural energy, the gong that she does every day. I feel like it puts me in a good space. And I feel like I like that she brings that kind of, I don't want to say clarity. I feel like there's not cleansing as well, but whatever that meditation thing that she does where it just kind of clears my head and not has me worrying about dumb shit that I've been worrying about before. I like that shit. I don't know what the words for it is. Pardon me, y'all. Pardon me, tribe, but I appreciate that shit. If y'all see her every episode, that thing she does with the gong, I need things like that. Even behind the scenes, helping to bring some things to attention, always trying to like bring some life and just energy into things. So I appreciate that.
Reality.
And now we save the best for last. The Spew God.
Yeah.
Now this is my brother.
Yeah.
I've known Mash for like 2 decades, since high school, and I have a very complicated relationship with him. And this is actually called for a story because I don't think I've ever told you about how I've been invited to this podcast. Me and Mash was hanging.
Yes, I know. I remember.
And it was a day. I think we was hanging out for the day. I can't even tell you what we was doing. That's not the point. I remember we went to his crib. This was back when he was in NY, and we went to his crib. And he told me, like, yo, I'm about to be linking with a couple of friends, and we about to be doing this podcast. Now, me and Matt's relationship is a bit different. Like, I'm someone who, I don't want to say he's awkward. Actually, I would have to say I'm kind of awkward sometimes. Maybe a little difficult to deal with. I'll take it, whatever. So I'm saying all that to say that Mash knows me. He asked me very blatantly, very directly. There was no emotion. There was no sarcasm. He simply said, hey, we're going to start a podcast. Would you like to come through and join us? And like the way he said it to me was like I'm not someone who would like ask for favors or ask for help. So I feel like at that time, I feel like he dared me to say no. Like, cause I wouldn't want to be involved in that. Like, I don't know these people. Like, I'd have so many questions, but I was like, you know what? Like the way he was like, the way he asked me that, I was like, fuck it. Let's see. I trust him. And I was like, I said it to say that over time, I've come to appreciate him due to the fact that like, how do I put it? He asked me to come on this podcast. And I had my assumptions about it, but at the end of the day, like this is a platform that, that he was starting with a group of friends and he needed help growing that. And that's why he asked me. And it's like, I guess I would like to say I appreciate that. I put in some work here and I feel like I've helped y'all. And it's like, I've had the opportunity to kind of grow and just meet a whole diverse cast of people. And it's like, I've known that through Mash. That's my brother. So there's a lot of other things. This is his leadership as well. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I have had motivation to stop the bullshit that I do in terms of the excuses I bring, the frustration that I sometimes show. I have had the kind of motivation to just kind of be solutions focused. And I ain't gonna lie, Mash has shown that as well. And I kind of took some examples from that. So yeah. Flowers to you, my brother. Flowers to everybody. I love all of y'all.
Great job. That's all.
Thank you. I love you, bro. Thank you so much, bro.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I could go on and on. I kind of like, I want to kind of keep it short and sweet, but all of y'all provide something, and
that was good, Boogie.
I want to make sure that everybody knows that officially. So
look at that 2021 love. Look at that.
Look at that. Ending 2021 with love and flowers.
Yeah. I don't know. Do y'all want to still give out flowers, or do y'all want to?
I
know everybody got bouquets.
We on time. That's why I'm asking.
Your bouquets to all my niggas.
Cool. I'm fine with it. However y'all want to do it. You can end it on this.
All right. So because I know if we all give out flowers, we're gonna be in for like another.
That's why. Let's end it on masking the flowers for the 2021 wrap up.
That was beautiful, though.
That was beautiful.
So,
you want to end it, Nash?
Well, no. So hold on. So the last thing I'm gonna end it with then, because we had a lot more content to talk about, but wrapping it up for 2022, then I'll just ask y'all real quick, and we can keep it short and simple. But what was like one of the lessons you learned going out this year?
For 2021, you mean?
For 2021, yes.
Okay.
One of the lessons that I learned was to listen to my body, and that we all have the power to heal ourselves. So I'm just more aware of what's going on in the world. And with that being said, like the news, right? There's different interpretations of everything that's going on in the world, and people are interpreting everything that they see and hear differently. And now I'm learning to just listen to that small voice within, that Holy Spirit that lives in me. I am, He created me in His image, and I'm learning how to listen and feed through my third eye, right? In the food that I eat, and the people that I'm around, my discernment. So for me, it's just listening.
Gotcha.
I like to say that my lesson is something it took me a while to learn, but trust and love in yourself, and trust and love in the people that love you. And I also want to, obviously that's for y'all, but also want to say that for my mother. Shout out to my mother. Someone who is just continues to inspire me and just shit. I feel like I am that adult who just regrets not listening to my mom as a kid, because it's like all I be telling, every time I be talking to my mom, it's like, yeah, mom, you did try to tell me that. I probably should have listened. It's like, it's so many of those moments where I just appreciate the heck out of her, because I don't know how she could be patient with someone like me as a kid. Anyway, shout out to my moms, and that's the lesson.
I guess I'll go. For me, the lesson is knowing how to communicate. I learned communication. And what's my word I'm trying to say? Learning how to communicate for yourself.
Voice.
Yeah, to communicate for yourself. Because even with my job situation, if I did not communicate the way that I did, it could have went left. But because I communicated the way that I did, and it was on record that I communicated what I communicated, that's why I'm still standing. You know what I mean? Right. Because people want to brush stuff under the rug, and whether they want to brush stuff under the rug, that's on them. But I'm still gonna say what I have to say. You may not like what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. And because I was able to articulate that, and I have dates of when I articulated what I articulated, that's why I'm still standing. And you know what I mean? So
niggas ain't zoning your shit, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying. Big facts. Niggas ain't zoning your shit.
It could have gone left. That's all I would say. But just believing in myself and communication, using my voice. And I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm gonna continue to do that. Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah. I'm done.
Trav, let us know what your 2021, I guess, highlights and just overall goals are going in 2022. We love to hear from y'all. Facts.
So mine is my lesson that I learned for a year is that nobody's really coming to push you. Nobody's coming to motivate you. Nobody's coming to do what you're supposed to do. You have to take the initiative yourself, because as an adult, see, when you was a kid, you had your parents to be like, do this and do that and do that. Nobody's making you do anything now, and you're not going to do anything you don't want to do. So if you don't choose to move your life forward and be better in your life, you're going to just stay stuck, stagnant right there. You have to go out and just do it for yourself. And
because nobody else will.
For me, nobody else will. Yeah, I say this thing to my employees. That's crazy because it's wild, because it kind of ties in with this. So when somebody fucks up their time and they don't catch it, and you know what I'm saying, I end up catching something that's fucked up with their time, or you know what I'm saying, they find out weeks later. I tell them, let me tell you something, yo. If you don't care about you getting paid, nobody cares about you getting paid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, real short. You don't care, nobody cares. So you're never gonna, so nobody's ever gonna catch these errors. You gotta look for them yourself. You need to make sure that your shit is right. And that's kind of like a life lesson, which is crazy. But that's
about
that's
like
what
I mean to cut you off, Shay. Now, I was thinking about like we talked about responsibility and accountability, and it's like that's just real shit when you think about that. Like in terms of just being responsible and accountable for your shit, no one else is gonna do that. Like Flash bought a house, and it's like, you know, Mash got love for him, but it's like Flash had to get that house. Smash ain't gonna get it for him. Neither's me.
Yeah,
This
he
TJ.
got to
And it's
do it
like,
himself. Nah.
yeah, it's got to be yourself to kind of like get those things moving. At the end of the day, sucks sometimes, but that is what it is.
You know, I'm a big advocate for everybody trying to fuck you. You know, I've been saying this for a minute
Put your hood
now.
on, bro. Put your hood on, bro.
You
said that.
Last year, bro.
Because that definitely has a pause the way you just said
Yeah,
that.
he said that to me. He said, "Don't let nobody fuck you."
Yo,
Yeah,
everybody
That's
trying
some
to
real
fuck
shit,
you,
though.
bro.
People always trying to take
It's
advantage.
important to keep in mind that everybody trying to fuck you. You got to stay 10 toes down. But I got to be honest with you, Flash. I've changed. I've changed, bro.
He took the hood
I
off,
don't-
guys.
You sound rather convivial.
I don't think everybody's trying to fuck you these days. I think there's a select few of people who won't fuck you. I think there's a select few of people who won't fuck you. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but you should be able to count the select few who will not try to fuck you. But everybody's a potential, you know. They walking around. They fuckable. Yeah, you hear me? You hear me?
He ain't lying. Like, yo, the cable company, they'll take $10 off that bill if you let them.
Everybody,
if you don't check that shit. Everybody trying
bro.
to fuck you.
Everybody,
check
bro.
that shit. Like
Yo,
these, like the maintenance fees for Netflix, all that shit, all these apps. Like,
bro, I had 2 lines on my T-Mobile account, right? My little man dropped up off the line. He got a new phone, and then T-Mobile still charged me for this fucking line, and I ain't paying attention. I ain't paying attention. I'm getting paid. I'm paying for 2 phone lines. Now I get a little behind on my bill payment because it happens, and then they shut my shit off, right? So then I go call them to turn my shit back on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna cost you actually $20 to activate both lines." I mean, both lines. What do you mean activate both lines? It's, oh yeah, you've been paying for a whole line for like a whole year. I'm like, a whole year? I was like, nah, we need to open the claim.
How much is the extra line? Like at least 50?
That's $50. That's $50 for 12 months. So I was.
So do they owe you back payment now or no?
I had to.
That's a lot of credit on the account, right?
I had to open up 3 different claims because I've never got a response from T-Mobile. I'm about to go to AT&T at this point because
I'm over T-Mobile too.
Giving you money back, bro. They not giving you nothing back.
I didn't hear nothing back. They ain't send me no phone call, no email, no text message. I know they got my number.
All they need is proof that they sent you the statement, and that's it. If they have proof that they sent you the statement,
here's the problem. You're gonna need proof that you called them the date and the time that you called them to tell them you wanted to cancel that line. Unless you got that, they not hearing nothing.
Yeah, they gonna get you dot. Nah, they gonna be like,
you know what they're gonna have to do? They're gonna have to run the tape back because I'm like, y'all got recorded. You tell me when I called y'all niggas. Y'all told me y'all recorded these phone calls. So you tell me when it was. Cause I'm not doing that research.
T-Mobile got money. I ain't sure you can say that to them and act like that's gonna fly.
They gonna tell you. They gonna tell you never did, my nigga. We erase the records every 90 days.
The only reason I'm still with T-Mobile right now is because I ain't decided to go to the actual store and change my shit. But I'm gonna change my shit in the next couple weeks because I feel like just giving the story and documenting it now it's live. It's going to be in the ether forever. I can't have T-Mobile out here trying to fuck me, bro. So I got to back up out of this contract. And 2021
T-Mobile
told me that
now too. So they got to go.
Yeah, so that's my license. Not everybody will fuck you. Just a select few won't fuck you. So stay strapped up.
I'm mad at that. All right, so I'll end it out.
Flash, you want to tell them about your gun, bro?
I ain't getting my gun yet. I'm working on it.
Damn.
But I'll say for me, you stupid. I'll say for me though, one of the best things I think I learned, or the thing that I paid attention to the most this year, it's actually a quote, probably from like Socrates or Plato, one of these dudes or whatever the case is. But it said something to the extent of like, the unexamined life is not worth living. And that shit kind of hit home for me like way early in the year. And it's something that I kind of kept with me because for me, that meant like doing work to ask yourself like some of the harder questions in life, or like as you do shit on a day-to-day basis, such as like, why am I here? Who am I? And what impact do I want to leave behind, and type of shit. And for me, a lot of those questions, I'm not saying I can answer them fully, but I'm more aware with how I use my energy or how I kind of present myself based on those questions and how I try to like slowly answer them or whatnot. Part of that is for me just kind of learning to speak in abundance. I feel like the story you tell yourself is super important. And yeah, it's just something with me where it's like wherever you put your attention is kind of where you put your energy. So if you don't tell yourself certain stories, it's like you'll
This
be in
is
a
the
state of
secret.
mind that's not for you. Yeah, no, yeah, it really
Yo,
is about the secret and shit. But
King,
that's
keep
something
going.
that's been I mean, I ain't gonna go crazy deep into it, but that's just kind of like something that I've paid attention to about myself. And I realized like when I think or I put myself in certain like frame of minds in terms of my thoughts and what brings me like those dopamine experiments or whatnot with how you think about things, it's really changed my perspective on possibly having a bad day to like a really good day, by especially when it comes to like speaking in abundance and talking about the things that you actually do have versus what you don't have. Because I think a lot of the times people think like you can chase happiness, and that's not really the way it works. Happiness is something that you have to kind of know is here at the moment, and if you're not paying attention to it, then you'll forever chase that feeling of like happiness. So it's just something I've learned to understand. I wake up and I remember certain things that just kind of keep me in that mind state. So I just say like that's something I've learned like big for myself this year.
Yo, bro, you. I know you say you didn't want to go deep into it, but I don't give a fuck. I feel like you're 100% right, and I overlooked how important your words are. Your words are so powerful. That's what I learned in 2021. Your words are so fucking powerful, yo. Your tongue is the strongest fucking power that you have in your body, yo. It can do amazing things and it can do horrible things. So it's really important for you to govern that shit. Flash, you hit that on the head.
Nah, that's real shit.
You hit that on the head,
Professional,
bro.
personal life.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Like I said though,
Social
but
media.
yeah, that's kind of one I want to wrap it up with. Of course, TJ, can you please tell our tribe where to find us?
Of course. If you are listening to us, thanks for listening. You can check us out every Wednesday, wherever you hear podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. If you're trying to connect with us, which you should be, and sharing us with friends, you can start on social media. We're on IG, So Ratchet Podcast. We're also on Twitter at So Ratchet Pod. So just take the cast off. And we're also on YouTube. So if you want to see us live, everybody's saying, oh, do y'all want to see us? You want to see us? We are live. We're on YouTube at Sophisticatedly Ratchet.
It'll definitely be So Ratchet in 2022.
Podcast. Yeah. But you can still find us. Yeah, follow us, like us, subscribe, share us with a friend. And we're going to be on TikTok too. So Ratchet Podcast on TikTok. We'll be putting out some shit on there for you to listen to us and follow us and
I'm
be
not dancing.
entertained.
Yeah, we won't
Yes,
be
you
doing no
will.
crate
Radical
challenges neither. No
dances,
crate
bro.
Yes,
challenges
you
We could do
neither.
will.
like some
dude.
shit where we like do some shit like this.
You on
and
your
then we do
own,
the
nigga.
I
whole
can't
wave
wait to duo
going
you.
straight
You and
through,
Mash did
bro.
this like Lauren
We
Hill
could-
thing where y'all was talking about y'all
I need
weed
a
or
lot of
something.
liquor and alcohol.
That's going on
Kinda
TikTok.
attempt all
We're
that.
gonna duo
all
y'all
good.
with that stuff like that.
Word.
Now we out here, guys. Follow us and share us with a friend.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
All right.
Happy
All
New
right.
Year and Merry Christmas. Happy
Yeah.
Merry
holidays.
Christmas, happy
Happy
New Year. Thanks for
holidays.
listening to
Whatever
us.
you
Happy
celebrate.
holidays.
Word.
Happy holidays.
All that.
We're gonna see you in 2022.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you for
All right,
tuning in and
tribe.
just rocking with us the entire year. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Word. We love you guys. Come on
All
back.
right. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace and
Peace
love.
out.